All right, I might as heck go live. They're doing slotting now. I'll go ahead and get things set up. We're at about 90 players today. That's fine.
Oh yeah, Dingo's back.
Yeah, I saw him in, I think the AA Discord. He mentioned something, so I'm glad to see him here, man. Always a great person to talk to. I got a really small multi today, huh?
How many names is it?
4, including yours and mine.
Jesus. Yeah, that means you'll get more in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly change my name so I don't. See, I don't
still do it.
I know. I don't mind making multis for people. I don't care if 20 people send me their Twitch URLs. I'm like, cool, all right, awesome. Just please do it before we're pushing into the freaking map screen. Because then I have to scramble, you know? Like, damn. Please. Just please, for the love of God. You know, I realize why I didn't start Twitch yet. I still need to check,
You need to what?
I need to check if I have the right things turned on and off.
It's good.
So let's look at channel points first. Do I want to do Drunk Hydrate?
Do you want to do Drunk Hydrate?
I'll do it for the NA branch. I don't want to do it right now, though, to be perfectly honest. And then extensions, make sure that's disabled. Yes. Because I'm thinking I do want to do some DayZ after NA, you know, some late night Friday streaming, because I got killed twice, and I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah,
so,
I know. That's one of the guys who killed you. I know them. I think it was an old kill.
So I'm just going to probably just do that as a fresh spawn. I got a full glass of water here, and everything's A-okay.
Nice. I haven't been on that server. Like I tend to just hop on, get some stuff, maybe kill someone, and then just leave.
No, I was chilling in Athena too, and I ran into someone who was like fully freaking geared, who was farming for a pulsar locator, which I was doing as well, and I freaking unloaded 30 rounds into me, broke my arm, but I just sprayed him down with a drum mag from Viga. So I eventually got him. Like, he pulled back because I hit him in the arm, so I just charged him screaming.
Oh, no.
Because I thought I was going to get killed, but it turns out the vest I had was, like, really, really good. And then, like, an hour later, I got one-tapped by a Mosin. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, so much for that.
Oof.
GG.
Yeah, last time I played, I got pretty well geared.
Yeah.
And I had multiple guns, I had 3 guns all fully decked out, but I was ill from an earlier point in the game. So I was slowly dying, only for then someone run up and whiff their shot on me. I turn around, shotgun them once in the face, and I know them, it's my friend. And they come back and they're like, and we're talking, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna die, so can you just take this shotgun and end my life? So they did that, and then I just got off. Yeah, I just like, please finish it. I don't want to die to an illness. I'm very interested. A new game's come out called Icarus. It's like a survival game where you've been left on a.
Yeah, that came out an hour ago, did it not? That's the one by Dean Martin or Dean Hall.
Yeah,
Dean Martin's completely different. Yeah, from the old DayZ devs. So I heard about that with survival. Oh, hey Nem, how you doing?
I'm fine. Are you started streaming already?
Yes.
I'm live, but
we're both live.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe pull up the Indigo or somebody and ask him if he wants to explain some of the changes we have made.
Oh, we already.
Maz already broke it down for us. He's gonna come up every round and tell us, since he made most of the missions.
Up Maz and not okay.
Because he came in here himself.
No one. We didn't pull anyone up. Maz just shows up.
Okay.
I don't have the power to pull anyone. I'm just
I do. But
I'm the lowly streamer, and Dream is the badman.
Technical aspect, you can.
Gotcha.
Ask Indigo to get up. That's what I'm trying to say. All good. Have a good one, guys.
You too. Have fun.
Tips.
All right, 1 second.
I forgot to put my fucking timer for my pizza on. Sorry about that. I'm not allowed to.
Why didn't you have pizza yesterday?
I did.
Oh, dude. Vary the diet a little bit. Trust me. It's not healthy to keep eating pizza.
Very depressing. Just very depressing life
Like,
I live.
like I had pizza 2 days ago, but I had salmon yesterday, and today Bloodwind's gonna cook some flank steak.
Look, man, when you have to live on a bit of a budget.
We are on a budget. We just bulk
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah, but I don't have a car because I can't drive because I'm pretty much legally blind. I have to go.
Oh
my
shit!
eyes
How do you
tested.
see the monitor then? How are you able to commentate, Dream?
Barely. Why do you think I take sniper all the time? And that's not even a joke. I take sniper in FNF and armor games because I can barely see people 300 meters away when I'm playing infantry.
Gotcha.
So, you know, when you don't have a car and you can't really go out all the time.
I gotcha.
Kind of have to.
Here's some advice, Dream. Ready?
Yep.
Just get yourself a Dommy Mommy GF, and everything will be okay.
There are no dummy GFs around here, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're in Britain. That's pretty much dead for Dommy Mommy GF territory.
Yeah.
Sorry
we
to
just
say.
have, like ego streamers who stream Dead by Daylight. It's not even a joke.
With bad teeth, I know.
No, they have pretty good teeth.
No, you're in Britain. Don't lie to me.
But they're egos, so they have to have good teeth. It's like,
No, they don't have to open their mouths.
yes, they. Well, I guess you're right. I'm not kidding. I went onto the British part of because I see him a lot on TikTok, but I went onto the British part of Twitch, and it's all just Dead by Daylight. But yeah, that I want to get that Icarus game. Looks very good.
I might get into it. We'll see. But looking at the roster right now, we're seeing Op4 doesn't have its X-Ray group. Instead, that's bundled into the Independent faction. And Independent also has the helicopter crew. Neat. We'll do a more in-depth breakdown of the units when we get in. I'm going to set up the prediction.
London confirmed ego capital. Yes, Eric. If you want an ego, come to London. They will play Dead by Daylight though.
Let's give him a warm.
How are you, Liru?
I'm alright.
Good chat. You know what? I'll ask chat. How are you, chat? My chat.
Oh, I guess you
Liru's
can't
chat.
hear me. Oh, well. Sorry, I guess you couldn't hear me there. Because I was tabbed in setting up the prediction. Oh, a few people loaded in with Vietnam, because you see it on the No Weapons Vietnam _C. That was Gazog and someone else. And Hitaru from
Vietnam's-
Ace was kicked off for just his Steam failed to verify. Oh well.
Vietnam is over. It never existed. Be quiet. It's now normal FNF.
What the heck is the kill zone?
The kill zone. It is the kill zone. You die immediately if you walk into the kill zone. It is immediate. Not in game. Real life.
Okay. So anyway, Blue Fort looks like they've got 2 cache sites in 2 custom areas. One appears to be some sort of castle. The other one may be some sort of small fob. We see where Green Fort's starting. Is that also a Red Fort? Yes, I see a Red Fort bubble there as well. All right, so they both start in that one area. And they're fighting against Blue Fort here. So Russians versus Americans on the eastern side of Sarani. This should be an interesting one. So we have just a bunch of things labeled here. I'll be curious to look at the layout of that northern AO and that castle as well. But this side of Sarani, it's just a lot of open mountains and various ranges. There is a little fob a little outside of the Green Forest spawn. Also, Op4 and Green Forest spawn itself is on a ridge with some pretty hilly terrain. So I'll be curious to see where they put the chopper, probably on some sort of platform. But, it's a little bit of an awkward positioning, if I do say so myself. Blue Force stuff is all on a shelf as well. If you notice on the immediate north of the Blue 4 AO, you've got some of the drop-off starting, but I've done an AO up here, actually. It was a C-130 crash site, but there's a lot of room to come in from the west. No, the east, excuse me. But just so much drop-off room all
Cool.
around.
I like this first area. I know we need to move on to the, but wow, I like this castle area.
Yep, so here are the 2 objectives. I do like the custom castle, though. That's a pretty nice touch. But the thing about defending castles is it's really hard to get up to any position to really do any proper overwatch. So you have to find either defending the certain structure that you see on the southern side of the castle that lets you get on the rooftop. That's like the only area you can really defend from. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Maz.
So, do you have any questions?
Break it down for us.
All right. So you have the U.S. Army Rangers on Blue 4. They have the Mark 17 Scar, or is it referred to as a Scar if it's not made by FN?
Yeah, it's called Scar Age, the 7.62 by it's the NATO round 1.
All right. So if you go to the leaders, I don't know how many of your viewers have seen the new loadouts since Offcra, but if you go to the leaders for the
that was yesterday's event
teams, they have specific hats now. So on the battlefield, you can easily identify them.
All right.
The X-ray element also has 3 guys within them that have boonie hats, except Rangers is the only uniform currently that has a ghillie suit for the sniper.
Okay.
So you can see that if you go to it.
Why didn't I get a ghillie suit?
Well, you can if you go Rangers next time. Duh. Pretty much is your standard loadout though for FNF minus the Mark 17s, except I believe I gave all the M16s and M4s Ranger puller mags, which are a little different than Stanek, but they act pretty much the same.
Question.
Sure.
Is there only 1 suppressed shooter now in the X-ray group?
No, there should be 2.
I see the second one, okay. Because in OFCRA, I only would see 1 on either side, so...
Yeah, so apparently...
And the dependent can see Blue 4.
Yeah,
nice.
It's just a glitch from last Vietnam. Anyway, so the AS Val for the
God of War, thanks for a 3-month resub.
Over to them.
Hope you keep enjoying the operations.
If
anyone be a nice kick out of this scenario.
Game, VO, you'll know that the AS Val was recently added. I plan on doing something similar for Blue 4. Because currently we have the vanilla Mark 14, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
That will be replaced, and so will the MP7 most likely.
Hey, that Mark 14 slaps.
It does, which is why it kind of needs replaced, because it's vanilla. It's not RHS like everything else we have. The only vanilla stuff you will see will be in, I will say January, mid-January. I will add the AAF and I believe NATO. I don't think I'm going to add CSAT because the uniform would have to be rescripted.
Yeah, because the uniform is where the body armor is for CSAT forces.
Or I could probably choose another uniform, but we'll see. Also, another update is 1980s content will be added in January as well.
All right.
Currently, we're looking for mods, possibly a DLC, global mobilization.
Is this public knowledge?
It's being made public knowledge right now.
Ooh.
Okay, and the non-admin has made something public knowledge.
Well,
I love this.
It's my stuff that I'm working on, but yes.
Get told, Dream. Get told.
I look, man. I didn't do this FNF stuff, so if you want to believe in that for it, you can.
So that's the update I have for you.
All right.
And I wanted it to be public knowledge because it's pretty cool, and I think people will be very excited.
Well, thank you.
And then we'll have uniforms and stuff get updated every month post January, so that'll be something to look forward to as well. And finally, what was the other thing I wanted to say? I'm sure it'll come back to me. But do you have any questions currently about any of the uniforms or anything?
No, it looks good, man. Thanks for coming down and telling us.
Booga.
19
Yeah, no
months.
problem. If I think of what I was going to say, I'll come back and say it after the match.
All right. Well, good luck, Maz. Have fun.
Thank you. See you guys.
Baby, come back.
All right, Dream, did you just see our core is declaring they're adding 3 minutes to safe start because of that little boogaloo, Green 4 being able to save Blue 4 positions and vice versa?
Yes, I mean, I'm in the staff chat.
So you
I
get to
can
see all of that.
Everything.
I know. But anyway, I'm going to focus on the attacking faction first. So we've got Green 4 and Op 4 working together to take out 2 caches under Blue 4 control. Green 4 is serving as Op 4's X-Ray recon team as well as an MI8 pilot's crew. So the MI8 is the gunboat version. It doesn't have any of the pylons, unfortunately, also known as an MI8 Heavy. But it has 3 PKTs covering pretty much all sides of the vehicle minus the direct front. So 3 people will be piloting that. That is going to be, if we look all the way down, Wheaton, Coolbreeze, and Fist, taking, I believe, from the 29th ID, taking that role. And then Lusso is going to be leading the X-Ray group from PLH. He's got Rolo, Fred, Killer, Mike, and Qasim with him. Mike and... I thought I saw a second suppressed shooter. I'm trying to see if I can find him. Nope. Mike is going to be rocking the AS Val, and Killer is going to be rocking the T5000 338 sniper. Qasim? Oh, yeah. I see the suppressed gun right there. Yep. All right. Otherwise, the remainder of Op 4 have some pretty interesting vehicles. First off, we see the 2S25 returning, because in the previous round we saw this in on a Serrani mission. It actually did quite well. Had a few opportunities to get sniped. Yeah, it was a pretty funny meme weapon, let's be honest.
It was a meme weapon, but
definitely a meme weapon. Yeah, that's why it was funny.
3 minutes.
I think it's going to be more effective here because the AO, it's just going to take time for it to get into the AO itself. Plus, it's very predictable to see where it will go, because if it tries to go in the valley and then up the valley, it's not going to have a good time.
Even more funny. I wonder if it could be. Do you think it could be lifted by the
No, that thing's way too freaking heavy.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Lift the BTRs, though.
Otherwise,
cool.
yeah, with the BTRs, it could potentially lift them, but we'll just have to see.
BTR directly on one of the castles.
BTR 80 right in the castle. Whoop. But otherwise, our attacking faction are Russian-based forces, EMR Russians with 545-based AKs. We've got PKPs and RPKs. Looking for because I saw them yesterday's match, but I actually don't see any RPKs. It might just be all PKPs for this roster. Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay, wait. Oh no, don't worry. Me being dumb.
Okay, actually no. So on XAT, XAT, he does have an RPK on him. So we do see a mix of RPKs and PKPs with that regard. RPG 26s, RPG 32s for disposable, light AT, and MAT, respectively. And there's also a Command UAZ and Gaz to also drive with that are added to the transports. Breaking down the roster, we got Vagrant, one of the veteran commanders, leading the charge for Op 4 for this one. He's got no 2IC or company medic. He is soloing this in terms of the command level. Ash, Arcor, and Indigo are all already in this vehicle. I think they're going to be the vehicle crew for Alpha HQ. Alpha 1, Tackleberry, Rory, Eric, and Dusty Eyes also being under Alpha 1. Alpha 2 has members of 1RW mixed in with a few other players from WCR, as well as Norse and Koak filling in as solo players, also known as Centaur. We also have Bravo HQ being led by Stark, and 4IB is taking a large chunk in here, as well as a few Scandi Recon players, Iander, Nemesis, and the latest addition, Pertin. Charlie is going to be led by Gex, who has Zat with him, as well as some members of UTG. Blackbeard leading Delta with Oddball, Dog4, Morgan, Jack, and Inkney. And then we've got Despo, Tymek, Albin, Sayak, the group that were the turncoats in the OFCRA versus FNF match yesterday because they play in both communities. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Norris and Schultz are going to be under Gamma 1, taking the 2S25. All right. I always like to watch Norris because he's pretty good with his guns. So we'll see if he's able to turn the tide with that 2S25. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the Americans. Dream, do you want to start us off with the Americans?
Yes.
Dante, thanks for the raid. Hope golf was fun.
Typical,
Ross, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub.
Am I getting that right?
Hope you keep enjoying the operations.
I'm trying to learn.
Hope you get a nice kick out of this snare. And Flabbit, thanks for the monthly resub as well. And yes, I do hope you get a kick out of this one.
All having different hats, and so the silence guys, so you can easily dissect them from the others. The biggest talking point probably being that the sniper now has a ghillie suit along with his long-range rifle, so we'll have to see how Greg does in that role. He's been given a lot of power, so let's hope he can make use of it. terms of their weapons, it's the typical M4 variant, but we've also we have the scars in here. So it is the typical, or I guess you would say FNF vanilla American makeup.
Minus the scars. The scars aren't usually typical.
They aren't usually typical. So very, very similar to they have
right out, Dante.
The what are those Humvees? So the SOCOM Humvees.
The SOCOMs, yeah.
Have two of those. Yeah, two of those.
2 GMVs.
And then I think, is that it for their assets?
So the asset list was 2 GMV Humvees. Both of them are the 50 cal variant, so it's got a 50 mount and an M240 Bravo mount on the top, and then the secondary M240 on the rear. And then they had access to 3 static 50 cals themselves. So, you know, it's that. I don't know where those statics have been deployed to, but I'm sure we'll find them later in the scenario.
I can see one of them. They've already been placed in sort of like a just outside the front. If you look to the south, if you look to the east of
Right, Ross, I do appreciate it, man.
One of them's
Hope you get a kick out of this, man. Seriously,
unless that's
means a lot.
one that's just meant to sit there, but you know.
And if you ever want to play, there's the FNF command.
It's very
that'll
typical,
link you to their Discord.
American style FNF. Nothing. So I think the Russians are the ones who've had the most effect on them. So we'll have to see how the ghillie suit works, because this is I would say this is perfect terrain for a ghillie suit. I think I could make a lot of damage, and I know Greg can have his moments as a sniper. So I think he also has a lot of space to shine. Do you want me to do the roster?
I'll break down the roster unless you want to. All right. So we got Kiri commanding, who I would say not the... When I rate commanders, I don't rate it on a win-loss ratio. I just rate it on terms of experience based off of how often I see them commanding. Kiri, I would say, is in the tier right below the top tier where we see players like Vagrant and Pierce take the role all the time. Maz as well is getting to that tier, especially since he already makes the missions a lot. But he's already said he's not going to command tonight because he had a hand in either making the missions or auditing the missions themselves. So Kiri, again, tier below. I would say Vagrant's the more experienced one, but Kiri has a pretty easy AO to defend here, so I think he's going to be able to mount a very good defense in his own right. Plus, he's got Patriot right under him, who does have that experience as well, who could easily have ideas bounced off of him in case they need to set up a different defensive line. But again, we'll break down the AO in a second. I'll explain why it's not that hard of an AO to defend in the first place. Shy is going to be leading X-Ray, Mountain under him, basically some AA players. Dingo has come back. He used to lead the EU branch. Not sure if he'll be back to leading the EU branch of FNF himself, because I don't know how the FNF politics actually work, but always great to see him back with the AA groups, as well as, you know, just back in FNF itself. Yeah, I know. Green Thumb and Olaf are taking suppressed Mark 18s, also known as the futuristic Mark 14 from Vanilla. And you said G-Legs was the sniper with the ghillie suit, so we'll see what position he tries to track to. Otherwise, Alpha 1 has a lot of names I do not recognize, except for Whiplash, and I think Misfit too. So the SOG Prairie Fire devs have come back for some modern FNF. All right. I like it. Let's see how that continues on. I like that. I like it when people come into something, enjoy it, and then they come back even after the phase that involved them specifically is out with. That just shows they like the stuff that was going on, and they come back for some more. And I like it when people find new things that they then enjoy, and we see them continue to enjoy it, hopefully. Otherwise, we've got Raffer, Michael, Sergey, how do you say that? Sergey Cat?
Who?
Under Alpha 2.
Is that Blue 4?
Blue 4, Alpha 2, third in line, Sergey Cat. I'm just going to say
Sergey
Cat.
Sergey Cat.
Sergey Cat, okay. And then Real Jamie, again, names I don't recognize, but hey, glad to have them. Reaper is going to be leading Bravo HQ from TSB, and he's got a big mix of players here. We got some more TSB players such as Kabaya and Sam. Lolo as well. Got some other names like Hotel Soap, Hiradu. Maz also going to be in this group. Again, really important to have him on either side, because he either, as I said earlier, made the mission or had a hand in auditing the mission, so he has that knowledge. And then we've got a big presence from Papega Pirate under Charlie HQ. Kane, your mom's best friend, also known as... Oh, I thought it was Armored Jesus. No, it's not Armored Jesus, unless they're changing the name of the player from time to time.
Oh, God.
It might be Guy Fieri this time around. Actually, it was Guy Fieri missing last time, and he showed it. I don't know. But Legal Action and Armored Jesus also here, two really, really good players. We have Bant, also known as Not Bay, also known as T5 Bay, and Dooley also taking Delta 1, and Tully and Blom taking Gamma 1 as a dedicated vehicle crew. Now, in terms of the AOs, Dream, you want to take a crack at it first?
Yes, so the first AO, which was the first one we spawned at, it's where they're planting most of their forces, it seems like, but it also seems to be sort of like an even switch. I really like this AO. You've got a really nice outlook all over the valley. Obviously, you can have forces sneak up the valley, but once they push past that sort of the tree line, everything is visible to you. So attacking this first, I think, would be 100% a death trap. It is just a great position, and even if they come sustain an attack from the north, it will be a very, very nice defensive position. As I hear someone crash into the wall, I think they're actually funneling. So they're funneling some of their weak spots with some of their vehicles. Mm-hmm. They do have a lot of open, broken down walls, but it will probably.
I commentate every week for EUNNA.
So this is probably my favorite. Probably the best one, but I haven't had a good look. The most central one is their spawn point and just sort of a military bunker setup area. Mm-hmm. It's got nice views out each way, decent amount of cover. Not the greatest, not the worst. It's very sort of balanced, I guess, in terms of that. But then I think the last one is... Where is the last one? Is there only two?
There's only two.
Oh, there's only two. I thought I saw three. Well, I much prefer the one to the south, but both of them have their merits and both of them have their cons. So we'll have to see how Vagrant decides to plan around this. And I've seen Vagrant plan is similar in similar missions, and he's won them. So, well, it all depends on how he comes out with it.
Looks like the kill zone itself is just a bunch of cratered areas where a bunch of vehicles were destroyed. Quite interesting. But looking at the AOs itself, I agree with you. Especially the northern one, it's got a nice plateau on it. It could easily have a defensive line, but there's very little to no cover, with the exception of the position itself, as well as areas around it. Now, it looks like we have a cache for the castle, but the northern one actually has a vehicle. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, and they would know what it is at that point, but the vehicle itself could be sniped by the 2S25. I think Op4's plan itself needs to heavily rely on that 2S25. They need to get their X-ray team somewhere to overwatch the AO, somewhere that could be at point Monte Valor, for example. Potentially land the X-ray group somewhere in the valley on the southern side and have them walk in through the forested area where they'll be heavily concealed, and then they can try to get on a neighboring ridge to pick off the castle position itself. But Op4's main force needs to focus on taking control of two separate areas. The first being the plateau. Doesn't have to be anywhere near Blue 4, it just needs to be in a position that the 2S25 could snipe that northern objective. And if you look at the plateau on an even point, there's actually a lot of positions to the east that Op4 Vic can get on to snipe this artillery Vic, and thus eliminating the objective. From there, you only need a small infantry squad to work with the 2S25 to cover it from any AT rushes that Blue 4 could send with a vehicle. But the rest of the infantry need to be focusing on either being ferried by the MI8 somewhere else, or mounted up in vehicles in the BTRs and getting as close to the valley as they possibly can. This assault is going to be very, very costly, though, because either valley they choose, either the southern one or the northern one, you're going to have a very steep surface and slope to get the infantry up. It would be best then to have the BTR-80s on the adjacent ridgeline of either valley, so they have the defilade of the guns to look up and cover the infantry as they move up, at the risk of putting them on the ridge to silhouette them, skyline them, if you will, because that's a major threat for AT. Yeah, go ahead.
Grab my pizza. Be right back.
Sorry, I'm getting way too deep in my meta tactics, my bad. So there's a lot of interesting choices here for Op4, but early on, Blue 4 with the SOCOM Vic, they could get an early snipe on this MI8. They need to remount it immediately, getting that 50 cal. They're missing their opportunity. As that MI8 looks for a landing zone, that Humvee could catch it in the open. It just got to get up the hill. These teams have no AT. Oh my gosh, no, it's deploying an infantry squad with a Mat Gunner, and it's Iander. That's unexpected. Now, do they hear the vehicle coming up? Where's Iander? Iander doesn't hear it. He's being ordered to get that gun out. There it is. Misses the point-blank shot. Purton gets hit, knocked over, and there's the AT hit. Wow. That is unfortunate that they chose that dismount point right there. Otherwise, they could have shot on it on its entryway in. Looks like Purton was just blue on blued by his own guys, unfortunately. And that was the only casualty trading for the dedicated vehicle crew. So, really good job on Op4 for doing that quick counter. Unfortunately, they just executed the wrong guy, but it was just... How do I break that down? Blue 4 dismounted because they were waiting in reserve, possibly to do an ambush. They instead saw the opportunity to hit that helicopter. What they should have done, though, is they shouldn't have come immediately steep on this ridge. If the helicopter's flying that low, it means it's probably going to be landing troops. So if you can't make it up that hill in time, you're basically going to expose yourself to some heavy fire. Now, they might have thought, hey, that's the Green 4 MI8, which means more than likely they're transporting the Green 4 group, which has no AT. So I understand that thought process, but unfortunately, it just didn't pay out for him this time.
So what happened?
MI8 drove above a SOCOM Humvee that was dismounted. The crew got back in, drove up a hill, tried to eliminate the Humvee, wasn't able to, and the AT guy that dismounted blew it up after it ran someone over on accident. But I think by then they were already knocked unconscious, so it wasn't a meant-to-be thing. Now the MI8 is flying around the southern objective, trying to bait out Blue 4 to making them think they're going to try to land back there. I've already seen 2 AT rockets miss. And I think the engine just got shot out. Yes, it did.
Is this for the,
MI8.
Oof. Oh, there is nowhere to land here.
No, I think he'll be fine. He's going to land right on the ridge. The issue is now they're going to come under some heavy fire here. AT lands very close.
Yeah.
We do have a Blue 4 guy that was knocked unconscious. That was one of the AT guys as well. Don't know if that was stray fire or what.
Wheaton has the better idea here. He's run straight into the valley.
Yeah.
It's been easy to space. Cool Breeze is now stuck behind that tree.
Fist was picked off, unfortunately. And we're having some more fire being heard on the north because the X-ray of Blue 4 is engaged with the X-ray of Green 4 being used as a recon group. But Op 4 has a lot of neighboring forces on the ridge, and they're trying to assist. But they're already taking a few casualties here. But since it's a lot of cover here from that Blue 4 group, they'll be able to get up anyone that's down. We're having some blue on red on green here. And I don't think they've realized that they're friendly forces.
Mountain.
Yeah, he's trying to wave them off. Blue Sword's like waving his hand. Trying to get him to hold fire. It looks like that actually worked. No, they're still firing again. He's still waving. Mike just went down.
Oh my god.
2 Green 4 guys are down. Yeah.
I have something really interesting to tell you.
What?
You know, if they look at their map, they can see their friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even if they're on a different faction?
Well, no. Yeah, even if they're on a different faction.
Wow. Dang, they're still getting pelted by their own GLs here.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, down the ridge to the north, the actual bad guys are shooting at them.
Very good.
And now up the ridge they're going. We got some Blue 4 that have driven around. They're now taking control of the top of this ridge, and they're starting to lay fire down the valley. Op 4's in a pretty bad spot here.
Wheaton and Corbury's have managed to link back up. They could do some damage from down at that point.
Op 4's now firing back. All right.
So Killer's down. Just, I think either got wake up check or he just went down. But Lucid, they've actually popped blue smoke to try and just alert them that, hey, friendly's down here.
Now they're getting shot at by Blue 4 up on the ridge.
So
And,
Greg is currently
wow. He is, and he's been getting some good shots on this X-ray group through the smoke. So Luso's now trying to drag him down. See, but the real question is, should Legs be trying to engage that one team in the open, or should they be trying to engage the Op 4 force that's coming up? He just knocked someone else out.
Why was Fred sitting outside that vehicle? That is the worst decision he could have made.
Well, now he's won with the vehicle because the door's been closed on him. I wonder if Legs is going to hear this fire and adjust, or if he's going to keep bullying the recon team.
I think shooting the guys out in the open is going to be the best route for him right now. This recon team is useless to him. Someone's just gone flying.
I saw that. Yeah, his symbol went away.
It was desync.
Yeah, I feel like Legs is going to be in a bit of trouble here if this Op 4 force is able to continue to advance to his position.
He's also using a rock when he's got a perfectly functioning ghillie suit. But then again, grass is as I said yesterday, cringe on armor.
Yeah, it just disappears after 100 meters out, so no sense in hiding in it. What I'm a little concerned about is Bravo HQ that was dropped off in the helicopter.
Look at Scandi Recon. If they look over with some binos right now, they'll be able to catch Greg out with his pants down.
It's not just Scandi, it's a few Scandi players mixed with 4IB.
So Fred, so the X-ray squad are actually escaping right now. Greg was only able to mortally wound them, but not kill them. But as Alpha HQ and Delta 1 start getting closer, maybe Greg will now start to reorientate. No, he's holding the same position.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
Position? Move position, please move position.
Because his window to engage them with little fear of repercussion is gone.
So even so, I personally would have moved far away from that position after I got a couple shots off. It's useless to stay in that position when they know they're being put under fire. Obviously, Fred was a special, but Fred's an idiot.
Okay, fuck.
Greg now finally decided to move, but now being engaged.
Yep, now being engaged by Bravo.
This is exactly why you don't want to sit in one position for too long, especially on top of a mountaintop shooting down at people, because now he's going to have to push to the eastern side of this rock, start healing, and he's going to have Delta 1 pulled directly up above, up on him. This is Greg's final tail. He can't go anywhere. This is moving this far forward. I can see why he did it. He wants to get the first shots off. He wants to make them. He wants to take those shots early, but it's so dangerous, especially on a cliff face. As a sniper, especially with what you have. If you're the marksman, I'd put you in a bit better, terms here, because you have that ability to sort of go semi-automatic.
Now he's getting shot at from the northeast.
Yeah, but that sniper, this is it. They think they're firing the Dog 4, but no, they actually see him, and that is Greg done.
Dog 4 getting the down there. Doesn't go for the kill, but with all that blood, I doubt Legs is gonna wake back up.
In this scenario, what I would have done is I would have pushed actually down the valley and mounted the other hill.
Yeah.
Obviously, Scandi Recon were there, but we obviously are in the sky and we can see that. But moving to a different valley or moving to a different peak while your squad shoots from another peak is such a good tactic, because they'll take cover in positions where you can perfectly shoot them. And it's also vital you shoot when other people are shooting. It keeps that sort of ability.
Hey, real quick, the 2S25's tracking the X-ray SOCOM Vic.
Uh-oh.
And they haven't realized it yet. ATGM round takes it out and kills everyone inside. Holy crap.
Shot. But yeah, as I was saying, you want to shoot when people are shooting, because it gives you that extra cover of fire.
So this is the issue. Blue 4 have now conceded a lot of this plateau for Op 4 to come up on. They got a good defensive line here, but there is room for Op 4 to flank because Blue 4 doesn't have any sort of vanguard force to prevent a flanking attack. So if Op 4 plays their cards right and does this patiently, they could envelop the Blue 4 Charlie force, take them out, destroy the first objective, and then utilize their tank as a supporting element to practically bombard the castle and allow their infantry to go in with little to no opposition. I think Blue 4 is in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, I think Blue 4 have let too much info encroach on their position. They pulled back from their sector way too early.
They have way too much defense on the castle right now.
Charlie HQ are now going to have to fight against just a force that they're not going to be able to handle. Who is it at the moment? Who is this Charlie force? It is Pepega Pirates.
It is Pepega.
Pepega Pirates, but even then,
yesterday against OFCRA, they did their job. They helped FNF get that early number advantage, but it was a very Pyrrhic point because they still all died.
All right, I'm gonna run downstairs and get the up on it.
Right out.
2 seconds.
And now we're seeing the tank starting to move up to get into position. Who's the AT guy here? Roster. Who's all the way in the back line, but he only has an M72 Law. And there's 2 BTRs. So even if he lands the hit, the other BTR is still going to be in a supporting area. Well, we got Vince here with another M72. He's got it out. He's waiting. Great pick off there on Jack. Did anyone steal G-Legs' rifle? Yes, they did. I'm not surprised that they didn't take that because... Wait, no. I'm not surprised that they did take it because that's a really good weapon to have in this really big open environment. Just heard some long-range AT fired. They might have been going for the 2S25. It landed fairly close. No, there's no way they'd have an angle on it, so I think they just missed a BTR, which is bad because they're fighting 2 BTRs and they only had 2 launchers with a single shot each. But now look at this. We got Delta starting to come around. They're going to flank around, get some positions in this cover here, and start flanking. This M2 here by Platoon HQ, Carey's going to have to cover this on his own with that M2. He's got plenty of ammo with him. But Bravo... Hold on, we got AT being fired from the rear. That knocks out your mom's best friend. Great shot by Iander there. Because who else would that freaking be? And they're going to continue on and start harassing the castle early on to prevent any reinforcements from the castle coming to the plateau.
What have I missed?
Iander hitting and knocking out your mom's best friend from like 700, 800 meters away. Second story AT shot in the window, yeah.
Yeah, rocket.
Now you got Alpha pushing up. Charlie has whiffed one of their AT shots. Now we've got Vince trying to get an angle on this BTR here as Blue 4 is now being heavily suppressed. But Delta's also coming around. You got Platoon HQ here. He was by an M2 bunker, but now he's moved away from it. And the 2S25 is now pushing up to also get into some sort of position to support the Op 4 push here.
I think Scandi Recon are coming back here with a vengeance.
Again, it's not Scandi though. There's only a few guys. It's with 4IB.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Scandi gone.
Yeah, there's only 3. It's Iander, Nemesis, and Purton today from Scandi.
Oh wow. Kerry actually has mounted. Oh, Kerry mounting the M2 alone.
Did he get a kill? Yep. I said he's probably gonna have to hold these guys off by himself, but he already killed one guy. Wounded another. Now you got some
Ranged in.
shooters from the Blue 4 building. They heard the shots. They're now turning to engage. But this is opening more and more holes in Blue 4's line, as now we're seeing more Op 4 members charge.
I think this has just been a very, very good attack here by Vagrant.
And Blue 4 left too big of a hole, and Op 4 capitalized on it.
You have Papega Pirates here attempting to make a pushback.
Yeah.
You actually have Roster here, who has 2 guys over this.
Yeah, I'm watching them right now. They're about to get Rochester on the back. And there he goes, tumbling down the hill, slip and slide style. Oh, that's
So
a
Blue
big
4
tumble.
Are mounting the best retreat they can at the moment, but...
You know, he nailed the landing for me. He broke his arm, but he looks pretty cool. Yeah. Nice.
Look.
More red on red as Charlie engages Delta.
Look. All we're saying is that if you die, you got to at least stick the landing.
I agree. I love how we still have the 2 hotel pilots. They've been slowly moving up this valley. They might get a little bit of harassment in. What is the 2S25 doing? It's literally charging right in.
Where is it? Oh, what a Chad.
Where's Vince? Vince still has his AT, and the 2S25 is right in front of him. He's going to take it out. This 2S25 has just made an incredibly big blunder, and that could turn it around if it's taken out early. And there's the hit.
And that is it. Engine down.
If Op 4 can get it repaired, I cannot believe they just did that. They just threw their biggest asset.
Who was it? It was Norris.
Norris.
Norris thought he was it was a HMG again. Or MG again.
I mean, they're both unconscious in it. It hasn't blown up yet, so I assume it can be repaired, but what were they thinking? That is literally the crutch asset they need to attack the castle. That and the BTRs with that heavy support. If they don't have it, Blue 4 will easily be able to hold this castle.
Well, you know what their next best asset is?
What?
Hotel 1.
Yeah. So this means there's not going to be any long-range assets that can come. I just watched a freaking Op 4 guy dismount in front of a Blue 4 machine gunner. My God.
What a Chad.
And I have seen Op 4's numbers slowly become thinned out as well. Papega's certainly doing their job tonight. I still cannot believe they threw that, but we got Alpha HQ on the 2S25. They pulled the bodies out, one of them at least, so hopefully they can get a medic over to get them fixed up, so then they can get it repaired, but what the hell was that, in all honesty? This is round 1 EU.
They wanted to improve upon the last S5. So, you know.
All right, Alpha for Op 4 now pushing on the rear of this position. Blue 4 doing their best to hold. K just get picked off by the BTR.
This is an incredible encirclement by Red 4. They've done really well to just encircle and envelop him.
All while Bravo HQ is now harassing the castle so they can't send QRF. K gets picked off. You got legal action running out. He's trying to pick off who he can. As a horde of fires coming out from this position. Oh my gosh, Legal just tried to run up a satchel. Unfortunately, he was sprayed down by Pierce. Pierce stopped Legal from doing a suicide attack. Wow.
Jeez, the
Papega getting desperate.
The Americans have changed their attitude.
Yeah.
Vince is currently saying, I'm in a medical tent, you can't shoot me.
Yeah, Vince is doing his best to find angles to pick off infantry. He manages to find Stoutenberg.
Oh, but here comes Pierce.
Oh, sprayed down with headshots from the 7.62 of a Scar Age.
This is at the same time.
Great hold for Vince here. I mean, he took the 2S25 out. He's trying to take out more. Op4, meanwhile, still fighting the ghosts that were back up to the north. Oh. Vince tried. Wasn't enough. Coda, yep, trying to take, gets the kill.
Saves his buddies in the barn. I think he did shoot Flux, though.
Papega, I mean, they're still at about little under half strength, but they're doing work here. They're slowing down Op4's assault, and we're at about the 25-minute mark. Half the time in the round's gone. Not enough to make it a, yeah.
Look at the numbers. Redfall don't have enough.
You're right. Papega, yeah.
Down.
Papega's been doing a great job on this attack, but if Op4 is able to get the 2S25 and the BTRs in the fighting shape to take the castle out, I don't think it'll matter, because Blue 4's defensive faction is going to lose too much. But also looking at Bravo HQ, they're whittled down as well. They had a full squad. Now they're down to 5 dudes.
Well, they've actually only lost one guy, and it was Turk.
Ah, my bad then. Meanwhile, you got the Green 4 hotel guys.
What guns are they using?
Actually harassing. That's hilarious.
Sweden firing out. They're actually getting close to taking out Bay there. I think the rock text just saved him.
Yeah. Dooley not realizing, though, that the rock he's firing down from is stopping his bullets.
They took out the tower on top.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there's a body up there.
Bandages.
When did that get blown up?
I think it was it could have been the S2S5, maybe?
No, it was knocked out before that. I have no idea what took that out.
Oh, it might have been Eander.
Could have been Iander with the rockets, but yeah, look at all the bandages that are down here. Ay, ay, ay. Meanwhile, Coda having his glorious last stand here, just knocked out Eric. He's now flanking around.
Charlie HQ making a run for the hills.
He hears that BTR coming around. Ooh, did he just get spotted by Tackleberry?
Coda's picked a very nice position here. They might not think, because they previously held this position, there might be people here.
Meanwhile, Flux and Armagees pulling back to the castle. I think Coda could get some really good licks in here.
With the 2 guys next to the down Black Hawk.
They saw him move over here, though. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, nade goes
Oh,
in.
yeah. I don't think a nade would have been smart. They should have just kept watching that angle instead, because now they're giving away the fact that they know he's in here. So Coda's just going to hunker down at this point.
If they're going to move in, they need to move in together. Another nade.
Yeah.
Way too far, though.
They're not accompanying for the bounce.
The Bravo HQ decided to push southwest down the hill. I've just realized the 2 hotel guys are, in fact, dead. Bravo HQ will be the ones to get this siege underway, unless you count the 2 hotel guys.
Just waiting for Coda to make a move. Op4 can't advance till they destroy this objective, which I think they're setting charges on now. But in these remaining 21 minutes, Op4's vehicle positioning is going to be critical. As I just saw AT get launched on Delta's position.
Ooh.
Wow. But it looks like the 2S25 is not usable. They're abandoning it, and you got Shy crawling up to it.
What a man.
Coda's still laying in wait. Ooh, is Tackleberry going to try to clear this out on his own? That's a really bad idea to go solo. It's a risk.
But he is going in the direction that he's not looking.
He could get the jump on Coda. And with the sound of the BTRs driving, that might drown out his footsteps.
The thing is here, even if Tackle moves in dies, it'll be perfect for him.
Hold on.
Coda will be exposed to everyone there. Coda wants everyone to just walk past him at this point.
Coda gets the drop. Immediately tries to pull back. Tackle spots him, but he spots Coda first. Sprays him down.
The guy in the back of the BTR hears the shots.
I think he saw him. Yeah, he gets out. Now he's looking back there like, what the hell was that?
Oh, Coda's first victim wakes back up.
I think he's shouting at the BTR to turn around. It dodges AT. Coda now under fire. What the f... Wow! Damn!
Coda in this one bush face has just been great. He's only second up 2 so far. Every kill he gets takes a name off the final assault.
And if he keeps going, he'll be in a really good shape here. Meanwhile, Bravo trying to assault the castle on their own.
Yeah, but Stark's not looking.
Ah, did the BTR just spray him down?
Stark spots Julie. Managed to take him out, but now he's exposed on this side. I don't think it was no. He has his M4.
Ender got spotted and taken out. And there's the double tap.
The remainder of the Vega Pirates. About to move around.
Stark, I don't know how. That gunner pulled his shots pretty damn hard there.
Yeah, it was Flux.
AT just destroyed one of the BTRs. Demo destroyed the objective. It just hasn't cooked off yet. Coda unconscious. There's the cook-off. Because that BTR turned around and sprayed him down. Stark getting a great kill there. Stark has just been on fire yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Just fought a 249 gunner head-on and won. Like, damn.
He went back up. Oh, and he's taken out by Nemesis. Where's Bay? Oh, Bane's dead. Oh.
So, Blue 4 has been doing a really great job of just skirmishing with Op 4's main force and taking them out, but now Op 4 is showing the same resolve, attacking this castle and whittling down Blue 4. Both showing some really great KDs, but I think it's still too early to call it for either side at this rate.
So we have had another death on the Bravo guys. It was Skipper. That was just Dryden, Stark, and Nemesis.
Righto, Real. That's why I like watching,
names.
man. You never know what's going to happen.
Stark, obviously, I think his final kill count for round 1 was 10.
Yeah.
And while he didn't get that much in the second game, he did take out NASA,
Grenade! Grenade! I don't know how to throw grenades! Ah. That window is an invisible hitbox. That's why you can't throw grenades through it. We're seeing AT going back and forth along the castle, but the shots are missing. I think Op4 is trying to get the people off of that gatehouse, for lack of a better term. Blue 4 is crawling up the remains of the tower as well, just trying to find good Overwatch positions.
Shy just got in the gun of the S2S5, but
Does
I think his
it
gun
work?
went down. Nah, it's down.
Nah.
Oh, imagine if it was still up.
I wouldn't imagine Op4 repairing that Vic and then leaving it. That would have been...
You know, its engine might have been smashed and it might not have been able to repair it.
Norris is in hell right now, and Schultz dead next to the Vic. Round 1.
Oh dear, Norris is in hell.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
what you,
look at what Op4's trying to do. They're trying. So Stark took the 249. He's now up here throwing grenades overhead.
Imagine he takes up the objective.
Gets a grenade into the tower where 2 people are.
Imagine he. Oh no! Imagine
that one bounces out completely.
They know there's people on the outside now, and this is where the fall comes from. This objective. You can barely see.
Where did that
outside
one
the
go?
walls.
Yeah, so now they're blindly throwing grenades outside, but those are gonna bounce off the ridge. I'd imagine, though, if they get the third guy, Nemesis, over here, they could also use him as a stepping stone and be able
Nemesis
to...
is throwing his own smokes.
Yeah.
Before attempting to mortar with GLs. Oh, Red 4 have commandeered the static.
Yeah, the static that Carey was using.
Could be a huge powerful asset.
They're gonna use that to help suppress the guardhouse here.
Killer is still up with the sniper, and he's got a pretty nice line straight into
Yep,
the...
for Green 4.
Ooh.
The Cards are kind of leaning on the offense right now. We just need to see them utilize them effectively, because if they fumble them like they did the 2S25, Blue 4 is going to be able to hold this one out. I can't tell if that was blue on blue or if he was trying to fire at someone on the outside right here. Dryden trying to come around. I think he just picked off someone else on the guardhouse. Yep. But unfortunately, Reaper's trying to push out here. Dryden plays dead with his handgun. And is Reaper gonna buy it? He goes for the double tap anyway.
No, he is not.
Good on Reaper. Love these long range. Did you see that guy get picked off in that opening?
Yep.
Damn. Green 4 being fired at from the remains of the tower. There's still a dude up there.
Stark's trying to find any cheeky way to get him.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to find one, unfortunately. Nemesis is doing the same from the other side.
He's coming up to the opening, which is heavily smoked.
Not sure if we'll see any goat shenanigans today, but we will have DayZ late tonight with our audio sound bites. I'm a fresh spawn too, so anything's possible. All right, so we got some Op4 guys. They're getting Vix, and they're charging right in, thinking that Op4 is not going to poke up with any AT. Tripwire flare just went off. Grenades are being thrown. That knocks out two Op4 guys.
Oh god, here they come.
Oddball under machine gun fire. He runs into the guardhouse itself. There's a lot of grenades being thrown everywhere right now. Holy crap. Just they're completely smoking this so they can advance.
Jesus.
That is a lot of smoke. Holy crap. I think Blue 4's in trouble here. Op4 is going to hand at this rate.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of smoke. That's a lot of, look at all those smoke grenades.
Friendly fire, here we go.
Thermite grenade was just thrown, almost landing into a pile of Op4 troops. They managed to climb up the wall and kill a Blue 4 defender. Explosive mine just went off.
Yeah, Michael here just backed into a corner.
Oh my god. Blue 4, Reaper just picked off someone through the small window. I just had a grenade get thrown across my screen. Oh my. Vagrant getting killed by Michael. BTR now suppressing. Op4 and Green 4 definitely have the number advantage here, but that could quickly turn. They're trying to suppress Lolo in the tower. He's got a Moz. He's looking for vehicles to snipe. And meanwhile, in the back line, you got Delta HQ contending with the last survivor of X-Ray. They're just fighting all across the damn board, all hands on deck. Platoon HQ wakes back up. They execute Michael with the help of Nemesis. AT just flew over blindly. Lolo getting picked off by the BTR. Green 4 and Op4 coming around. They're still trying to find another way in that's not the front.
Oh.
Dusty Eyes getting the kill on one guy. Now the cache is very, very close to being exposed. I think Dust just got another kill. Whoa! Did you just see that the snipe killer came up and executed the guys in the bunker with his handgun?
What a Chet.
How he was able to get away with that, I don't know. But now you got the one guy on the cache itself that's mobile with the Scar trying to cover that one entryway. He pops a grenade over. That's going to kill his buddy in the bunker. As a smoke grenade now goes in. Multiple smoke grenades going in. Oppor's prepping for another smoke charge. Look at all the fire going out to that single X-ray guy from across the ridge, and that takes him out as Delta's 2 remaining guys continue to try to push away because those BTRs are still supporting.
How the fuck did that BTR see Shy?
Meanwhile, Simon covering the guardhouse roof as an Op4 guy tries to push up with an RPK. He's taken out. Another guy's pushing up. Let's see if Simon can continue to hold. Simon didn't have a magazine loaded and manages to get it reloaded and knocks the guy off the guardhouse. Now he's being fired at. Op4 continuing to push into the inner area here. Now you got Dust, he's gonna push up to this bunker area. They don't know that the cache is specifically in here, but they're about to if Dust calls it out on net. He's trying to push in. He catches Operator, and there he is. Cache is now exposed. Op4 just have to destroy it. Simon is bandaging himself. He's a medic. He could still overwatch that area. And the guys in the inner area here are still being suppressed. Andre's trying to look out this small window to see if there's anyone else he can pick off. Might see the people at the entryway when the smoke clears. But I think Op4, I wouldn't have thought of a smoke charge, but it worked out in their favor at the end. Simon, great overwatch here. And it's over. As Norris comes up with that 45-round RPK.
Oh, I thought he was using his pistol again. Killer gets another kill. Oh, down. No, he did get the kill.
Andre gets a kill. And yeah, Killer gets that kill with the 7.62. Yeah, he got Killer, but there was another shooter. That was Josh who took him out.
Oh god, Sismo.
Sismo with the 240 Bravo. It's a really cheeky corner, but it's not where the cache is. He's the last guy up. Andre just failed his wake-up check. At this rate, Op4 is going to win by elimination rather than actually blowing up the cache, because I think the cache is back behind this command striker. Oh, he killed, look at the cache itself. He killed someone and their body's in the cache now. Got a second kill. Yeah, 240 Bravo. So he's able to overwatch the cache from this angle as well as cover the only way into this building from here. That is amazing placement by Sismo here. I just noticed, Sismo, it says he has a kill on him. That's weird. Kill feeds are broken. He's gotten 2 kills. He's the last Blue 4 guy alive. He's gotten 2 kills, but it says he only has 1. But I know kill feed's probably still broken. So he's keeping this smoked so he can hear people coming and spray them down to 240 Bravo. Oh, another guy taken out, but he gets spotted and taken out as Dusty's pushes in. That is Blue 4 eliminated, other than Andre slowly bleeding out. There it is.
Or just they all slowly realize they've won.
Tough round. Again, I think Blue 4 not capitalizing on the plateau, relying too much on Pepega to be the one-all answer. Wasn't the best idea. Granted, Op4 made a massive mistake by blindly charging the 2S25, especially after it took out a GMV and was doing great overwatch from the rear. Why they then charged it forward, I will not know, but Blue 4 just folded by having way too many defenders in the castle itself and not having enough tactical positioning to flank the upcoming Op4 push from the plateau. And that's what got him.
Man. Good first game.
That was a good first game. All right.
I woke up this morning thinking we didn't have FNF because we had yesterday.
Yeah, right? All right, I'm going to wait till we get into the next map screen. All right, take my spectator slot. And we're going to go ahead, tab out here a few things I got to do. Number one. All right, we're going to go to voice activation so I can then do all the things we need to do for our intermission.
Oh, you captured your flag.
Nice. So first thing I like to do so I can make $2 is run a 3-minute ad just so I can collect a little bit of money because Wee-Woo is broke. I know. Regardless, with that going now, we're going to go ahead and get into round 2. So what is our map for round 2? It's Columbia. All right. Go to our map command, change. Oh, it was set to attack stand. My bad. I'm supposed to be Serrani. That or the command just didn't save because sometimes Stream Elements doesn't like to do that. Let's go ahead, copy this right up so I can post it with the mission.
Yeah,
There's EU1, EU2. All right. This is round 2. And now let's look at the mission write-up itself. So, custom capture the flag. Op 4 is attacking. Green 4 is defending. Okay. 4 is trying to capture Green 4's flag. All right, let's see. Op 4 has 2 armed gazes. These and a BMP2 with its scripted, while Green 4 has a BTR 70 and a BRDM. And let me spell autocannon correctly.
Sorry, that might be a bit hard for you.
I know, spelling is great. Use or lose rule to assets. What's the use or lose rule? If they don't use it, it gets deleted?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess that makes sense because a lot of times in FNF, people will go to other players' spawns and steal the vehicles, right?
Especially in something like capture the flag.
Yeah. Now that makes total sense to me. All right, then we go to our prediction. Who won that last round? That was Op 4 and Green 4.
Green 4.
Pay that one out. All right. So, overall, I would say a very good first round. That was really, really fun to watch.
Oh,
But-
God, that pizza was so good.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, my God.
Are you okay?
I ate so fast. I'm so hungry.
Oh, man, dude.
I'm not dying.
Yeah, I hope you're not. That would be bad.
I am alive. Yeah, it was good. Okay. Now what you have to hope is I don't go into a food coma.
Yeah, right? Alright. Otherwise, yeah, just looked at my phone to check the channel's health. The channel's starting to slowly bounce back up. It's going to take all months to get its viewership back to, you know, somewhat of a level. I just hate it when YouTube has those algorithm changes that crash you. Normally it's your just normally it's the algorithmic cycle resetting, but this was a full-on algorithm change, and I don't know how it affects it till, well, it affects it. But regardless, what I think I'm going to do for this weekend is I was invited to play a few things, but I also have a lot of IRL stuff. You know, Saturday I'm going to a shotgun class with my father. Sunday I'm going out to get a Christmas tree with my mother in Bloodwing. So we'll see where in between we can fit some Arma. Otherwise, I know we have a lot of DayZ footage to release. I'm thinking of doing one thing every 5 to 7 days because we have a lot. Because a lot of people like trolling me, and seems to be funny. I need to start cussing less, though, because I've noticed YouTube has started scrutinizing a lot of my stuff. So if I ever say, I'll just say it. If I ever say fuck, they get mad and just demonetize the video outright. I know. So I got to start trying to cut that out of my vocabulary. But at the same time,
Christian Minecraft server.
I cuss like a sailor. So who the heck knows? Regardless, that's why I like to stream on Twitch, upload on YouTube, have a Patreon, and do things like pay for pain and accept donations and do audio jump scare shit because it varies my income. So if something gets fucked, I'm not completely screwed, which is nice.
Give me money.
Dream, you still owe me 20 bucks for the pizza.
Shut up.
I'm still waiting on it.
You're never going to get your 20 bucks.
Why am I never going to get my 20 bucks? What if I need it? I need it for rent money, Dream. Okay, that 20 bucks I'm collecting now.
Isn't it mortgage?
It's mortgage, yeah. It's mortgage. I need the money to pay it off, so I have less expenses, which means when YouTube has an algorithm change, I actually don't have to care as much because my monthly expenses are lowered.
When I visit America, you'll get your 20 bucks.
But you're never visiting America.
Hey, never say never, man.
I want my 20 bucks.
Shut up. Look, you'll get your 20 bucks. Chat will get some IRL content. Easy clap.
I mean,
more money.
But look, I can't sell your feet pics again. All right, we already did that. You don't have any new ones. All right.
That's not IRL content.
Yes, it is. It's your real feet pics.
Fair enough. Unless you're planning to do some weird shit when I come to America, that's.
You're coming to America, not Germany. Okay, America doesn't have a big dungeon porn industry. All right.
What are you talking about? I just want to come to America. I don't want to go into a dungeon.
Oh my god.
Look.
Surgy Cat has Fada and Grav has Blast Core loaded. Interesting.
He's got the wrong Blast Core.
Ooh, airfield stuff. So the capture zone is, it's all part of the same compound, only a few 100 meters apart. So Green Force probably going to focus on a big defensive there. Can they see my circles?
If you put it on global, yes. But if you put it on side...
So if I do spectator, they won't see it?
No, they will see it.
How will they see it on spectator?
Well, because... Oh no, if they die, they'll see it.
Okay. That's fine. I can mark?
If you do it, you can do it on side.
Wait a minute.
If you do it on side, I'll see it.
I don't have... Oh, I do have a side. So the flag's here, and the capture zone is here. So there's 2 capture zones. Huh. Well, I don't know. So from that position, you can see my circles, right?
Yeah, I can see
all right. I mean, they could take a direct route. They could... Like, this is all just a massive kill zone, so you don't want to deal with that. Instead, you'd want to either take that direct route, or you could be like super fucking sneaky and try to go around like this. The one issue is that the flag marker will update along the way. So doing that is going to easily be spotted. Can the flag bearer still get in vehicles, or did they remove that?
I think they removed it. But
yeah, so in that case, they have to take the direct route. Like, I get the back route here, but...
Yeah, they could do the bait route. Well,
again, but their position gets updated, so maybe...
No, I'm talking about a bait route, so the flag carrier goes down one side, and the entire force comes up the other.
To flank, I mean, but that risks the flag then falling into enemy hands. But I see what you mean. That's the long game then, because at that point, they're just trying to piecemeal the forces. So if the flag, let's say, it goes in here and holds, and then you have a small force, a weak arm, if you will, hold this position and square off with that force. Meanwhile, the big force comes around and harasses the weak force at the southern zone because they're still going to leave forces back there as a garrison. And then that bigger force will then flank the bigger force of the defenders and then take them out. So I get what you're going for there, but capture the flag, I feel like they're how do I put it? They have a bigger tendency to rush, especially in an AO like this. I think this AO itself is going to be done in like 45 minutes tops. This size, it's about 2 kilometers.
I think it's gonna be a long game.
I could also see Op 4 sending a small force in here, probably recon, and then the main force just coming in and then just doing a unified battle line.
Alternatively,
And just...
they could just hold the flag bearer back and then continue the so hold the flag bearer back in reserve with a squad, and then try and take the objective on their own. And then maybe they can capture like maybe the northern capture zone or the southern capture zone, bring them around, and then they can move it, and then they could have a defensive perimeter around that. So then the defenders then have to become the attackers.
I could also see recon being put on the airfield and overwatching the airfield itself, because that's big open area for that sniper to do work. And then the rest of the force, even the recon's suppressed guys, joining the main attack, and they just move building to building here. I'd imagine what Green 4 might want to do is just rush up from their spawn zone along the SSR here, and just fortify this area here. One second. This area. Because open area, open area, open area, a little bit of concealment here. They could probably come out and set up defensive lines there. And really get that going. I don't know. Tough call.
We'll just have to see how the commanders take it.
Now, I mean, looking at this one AO right here, I mean, I think we could divide it into two parts. All right, we've got the southern side of town and the northern side of town. So, northern side here and the southern side... You know, I was going to draw like a giant dick joke, but honestly, I don't have the room to then make the rest of it as like a kill zone and whatnot. So I'm gonna reserve that one for later.
For another time, you want to draw a
For another time. On an AO that could genuinely take it, so it looks like I'm being serious till the very end.
AO that could take it.
I didn't even notice that innuendo. Nice.
Chat, I think that requires a bonk.
Bonk.
I require a bonk for Liru.
How many questions would they have? I haven't seen the map get lingered on this on the screen for map for a while.
They've all fallen asleep.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, this is the play zone in reality, and it's literally a little bigger than a 2x2. There it is.
We are in dead trees.
I can't delete my remaining lines. Oh, well. So PJ, page up. That's all good. Everyone wants Dingo back?
No, because I think Dingo took the first one, then left. So Fred took it.
Oh, well. Again, glad to see that he's coming back here. All right, let's go ahead and start with our Op 4 attackers here. Dream, what do our Op 4 attackers have in terms of firepower?
Our Op 4 attackers are the Russian uniforms.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
They have these special black helmets that Liru made a point of yesterday, so... Oh, dear. I can't remember what you called them. They have the AK, so it's a typical Russian line of AKs with the PKPs, and I imagine RPK is going to be somewhere around here. As for their assets, they have one armed Gaz with the RPK, with the PKM on top. That GL is going to be unscripted. A BMP2. Again, the cannon probably being scripted in to be 12.7.
It said in the announcement that it was replaced with 14.5.
14.5, well, there you go. Another Gaz armed with a PKP. Bunch of transport Gazes, transport trucks, all that good stuff. Remember, they did say that if they don't use something, it will just be deleted. So I'm sure they're going to be using all of those.
Lumberjack, no. If you do exclamation point FNF, or if you already know how to get in, you could still potentially make it for round 2. If not, round 3. And then the NA branch in under 4 hours.
Sure. If you want to take the roster, I'm going to quickly run and see what my sister is banging on the wall about.
Okay, well, what? No incest here. Anyway, Fred is taking the... Oh, God, Dream. No. Bad. Anyway, Fred is taking command here. He is one of the FNF staff members, and he, again, well, not the top in commanding, but still takes it very, very often. So that's great to see he is commanding once again. Under him is going to be Jack. I imagine Fred's going to be able to make a
very good strategy here. Otherwise, Curie from TSB taking the lead for X-Ray. Lolo taking the T5000 sniper rifle, and Sam and Andre being his suppressed shooters. Looks like they're not going to go for AS Valzer, instead going to go for suppressed AKs. All right. UTG from Red Ram from UTG, my bad, being Alpha HQ. Supreme, I don't recognize that community. Vimpel might be a new one. Good to see him nonetheless, under Alpha HQ. Michael and Mobile X are being in Alpha 1. They might be a dedicated Vic crew for the BMP. Otherwise, actually, if we scroll down, I don't see a dedicated Gamma element, so it might be those two in that group just so they can take the BMP. I do see that because they're grouped up with it, but otherwise we'll just have to see how the units break down. Freeman, Zat, Jax, Spartak, Amateur, and Pyroguda all within Alpha 2. Bravo HQ has Vagrant leading with Blam, Maz, Tolly, Real Jamie, Retro, Sergicat, Rafter, Bant, Dooley, and Cossum in there. Bant and Dooley being two really, really good players. We'll be curious to see what they do with this grouping today. And Bant is taking an RPG-32. All right, let's see what he does with it. Meanwhile, Charlie is going to be Papega Pirates, Arma Jesus, Flux, Coda, and Kabaya under Charlie HQ, and Charlie 1 being Kane, Rolo, Vince, Legal, and Roster. 1RW taking Delta 1 as well as Koak, who I think is also from 1RW, so that's a good group of players there. And then Inky, Misfit, Haj, Persian, Oddball, and Blackbeard under Delta 2. So again, BMP2 with the rescripted autocannon with that 14.5mm instead, and 2 armed Gazes onto PKPs. The AGS-30 has been unscripted. Now, looking over at Green 4, Green 4 is already deploying. Tolly's PC, apparently it just died, which is unfortunate. Otherwise,
Tolly?
Yeah. You okay?
Dream. I said my PC just died.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Anyway, Green 4 is what looks like a woodland grouping here. They've got those RASs, which are the AKs that take 5.56, which in my opinion are an abomination, but hey, you know. It's like the AK-101. Ooh, you know, weird guns. But otherwise, with these RASs, we're also seeing some, oh gosh, I think GPMG? Or is that an FN mag? Either way, it's a 100 round 7.62 by, it's a 7.62 machine gun. And we have RPGs along this Green 4 force as well. Otherwise, breaking down the roster, since all they have is a BRDM and a BTR-70. There's the BRDM. BTR-70 is being driven by G-Legs there. But otherwise, Cholt is commanded with Nemesis as his 2IC. Cholt, I would say he's 2 tiers below the top. Again, we see him take it once in a while, but not often enough. But I'll be curious to see what he comes up with. He also gets a nice little beret for himself. Interesting. Norris being his 2IC as a platoon medic. All right, we'll see what he does with that. Norris, I see him a lot. He takes medic or machine gunner. I also see Bay normally take those 2 roles as well. But under him, we got Indigo Fox. No, he's not the leader. He's the medic for the X-Ray group. Despo is leading this group. And let's see. Sayak is going to be the marksman. He's got a Mark 14. No, they're suppressing Mark 14s for the suppressed shooters. Interesting. It is going to be Timek with the M40A5 sniper rifle. Actually, would that be a sniper or a marksman rifle? Either way, the long-range weapon, and then he's got 2 suppressed Mark 14s to cover him in the hands of Alvin and Sayak. Otherwise, let's see. Alpha 1, I don't know. Yes, I do. All right, Cool Breeze leading the Alpha 1 group with members from 1RCC, as well as Wheaton and Arcor. 2 FNF staff members grouping with him as well. Swola leading Bravo HQ. He's got Mountain, Patriot, Shy, basically a bunch of AA members, a bunch of WCR members, and Whiplash, the dev, one of the devs, excuse me, from SOG Prairie Fire. Daggleberry and Green Thumb also with them as well. Bravo 2 has Olaf, Ash, Gazog, Dusties, and Eric, who actually did a good job last round, especially Dusties, getting quite a few kills in the castle to help edge the balance of power in Op4's favor to win that round. Otherwise, Delta HQ, we've got the remains of 4IB, Scandi Recon, and some other fill-ins here. Notable names include Stark, Nemesis, Iander, and I mean, everyone in there is a pretty good player, but those 3 especially. I'll be curious to see what Stark does. So, balance of power last round. The attackers won. It was very, very close for a while, though, because it could have gone either way. Both sides made some pretty heavy mistakes, but Op4 made less of those mistakes. But now, roster's been shuffled a little bit. Some forces have switched sides, and now we just have to look at these AOs themselves. Dream, are you back yet?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, do you want to look at the 2 flag capture points and tell me what you think?
I will have a look at the northern one. So the northern one is a sort of like container station with
it's like a landing zone for helicopters.
Yeah, landing and loading zone for helicopters with a bunch of fuel points. Probably could detonate those and see. It'd be funny. It's not bad. It has a lot of cover, especially if the flag capturers can get in there and start defending. But they will. I mean, they haven't defended it as much as you think they would. Obviously, they still have 7 minutes, so they'll probably start moving out. So yeah, they have Bravo HQ moving in further, but
Northern AO is going to be really tough to defend.
If Op4 get a foothold in any of these positions, they have to. The Green 4 do have to cross over a huge area, but again, as you said, it's not an easy one to defend. The best things you have about it is the fact that it has walls with only a few entrances on either side. But it will all count on the attackers getting in there and not losing a huge chunk of their numbers before they can. The southern one is a hangar area. You know, just like a normal place you would see is where they take the jets out and stuff like that. A lot bigger, probably a bit harder to defend. Only 3 entrances, which is a lot better. But the southeast entrance and the southern side is going to be a lot harder because it's a huge entrance and it leads right out into a tree line and then actually some like a sort of like hole type thing that you can use to move up cover, so they'll have to keep their eyes peeled. It's not the best places to defend, but the good thing about this is for Green 4 is that
Russians are Op4.
While they have to defend them first, if Red 4 do get a foothold in any of them, they will then be able to attack, and then Op4 have to defend.
All entirely fair assessments. I'm gonna add to it and just say that the Northern AO is pretty hard in terms of defensives because it's got a lot of open area around it, which is great, but not a lot of positions to capitalize on these open areas. You're seeing that Green 4 is being forced to utilize their own fortification budget to make those overwatch positions. In the central, you got a big sandbag area being made around here. On the northeastern corner, you got some more fortifications being made, but they're limited because that southeastern position can only watch south to north, but nothing northwest or southwest or even direct west. The other position, meanwhile, can only watch north, west, and east from it, but it's got no cover to the east as of this moment, which I guess makes sense because that's all open field. But still, there's a very big lack of second, third, and beyond stories that let them see over these perimeter walls to get a proper engagement. Now, if you look at the southern AO, you'll see what I mean in terms of contrast. Southern AO, you've got a lot of these green towers on the perimeter that can be utilized. You have buildings that you can access the second story off of, which, granted, don't let you overwatch the walls itself from the internal buildings, but at least it's something. And then you've also got a few buildings where it looks like you can get on some little shooting holes, firing holes here based off of certain positions. And then there's also, you know, these open exposed top stories here, but at least going prone, that can cover you a little bit. And then you also have this, what I like to call the prison tower, right in the center. A lot of good overwatch angles from that one building. And then you also have some barracks buildings. Actually, no, it looks like a single barracks building on the western side covering that western entrance. You got that entire second story to work with, all overwatching the outside perimeter. This would allow a defensive force to actually capitalize on the fact that they have all this open ground they can cover around the perimeter and basically make a bunch of kill zones for any forces that'll come in. But you don't see that on the northern side, and the positions that do exist are very, very exposed and leave themselves open for any marksman or the enemy sniper to pick them off. That's why I do like that Green Thumb and Tackleberry have been building some positions here, as well as Fist is continuing building more of these fortifications, but they're limited in the scope of where they can hold off because there's still a lot of open area around, and these positions only cover a little bit of it. Plus, by building those fortifications, that's going to immediately catch the eyes of the attackers, who are then going to start bombarding it with rockets or grenade launcher fire, or have their marksmen focus on those areas to keep them pinned, or the machine gunners with the same fashion. So Op4 haven't seen this AO yet. They don't know that these fortifications are set up this way. So Op4 is going to treat both of these areas with extreme caution until they can get direct eyes on and see which one's the weaker one out of the two before they make their attack. At least I would hope in planning that they wouldn't dedicate to one AO immediately. But yeah, the northern one I'm really worried about for Green 4, but they have to defend both because the flag can be captured in either. Sorry, I took over a little bit there. Do you have any thoughts?
That's all right. No, I don't. I just think it's going to be a hard-fought battle, and it will just all depend on what they do with the flag when they get it.
Op4's already mostly mounted up here. All right.
Whew.
I don't know, just if Green 4 can capitalize on these areas. I mean, okay, so they're digging another fortified area on a rooftop. Has a really good amount of overwatch on these positions, but again, same issue applies. The fact that they're going to be incredibly exposed up here, and they can just get easily pinned down with machine gun fire. You saw that last round at the castle with that gatehouse building on the rooftop. Just the BTRs suppressed the shit out of that area, and when people started poking their heads up, they were picked off one by one until there was one defender up there just holding the exit, the entryway, and he was eventually overwhelmed by being fired at from multiple angles and distracted. So while these positions are great for Overwatch, they're not good in a practical sense because eventually it will be overwhelmed, regardless of how many guys you put up there, because a machine gun will keep them all pinned. I do like how Gazag is starting to build trenches on the border, though, where he can put them. That'll be another good advancement, but another big issue with this type of AO is because it's so open, but it's also on solid concrete, you can't build trench lines. And it just, I don't know. Again, the northern AO, it's going to be really, really tough to defend. I can't wait to see what happens with it. Oh my gosh. If you look all the way to the north, though, there's a barracks building with the angle of the balcony overwatching the south. I could see Op4 using this to attack. That's going to be nasty.
So as I could see early on, it seems they're sending a small force down to take the flag. Lolo, the sniper, is seemingly going to go north with Reapers and wrap all the way around. And then they're sending the bulk of their forces and assets down southwest in order to take them from the side, which is what I think Green 4 Commanders has sort of guessed.
Definitely, especially the BMP.
Though
it's autocannon, it's unscripted, but the 14.5 can still keep them pinned down.
BRDM. And they're going to meet up. If they keep taking the same route, both of them, Charlie H is going to run straight into them.
The BRDM, though, if it's able to get an early pickoff of a transport truck, that is exactly what Green 4 needs. They're going to start seeing the vehicles push over. And yep, they immediately saw it. They're immediately turning away with one Vic. The other Vic's still going. Nope, it's turning around. Oh, someone just died in the gas. That was Michael. One early pickoff, not bad, but that BRDM needs to keep mobile here. BMP dismounting its troops. Is the BRDM just gonna stand firm right here? It looks like it is. It's not in a good overwatch position. It's just hiding instead. I would imagine the BRDM would just want to keep mobile, but they're gonna, I guess, just try to wait for Op4 to pass by to get some more licks in. Hey, Leia, I hope you feel better.
Sorry about that.
I'm doing all right. Just watching F&F go down. All right, so Op4 have the flag. Looks like they were able to mount the flag in the vehicle. So Vagrant in there has it. The flag's on the vehicle. So, okay, now we do know that they can go into the vehicles. But it looks like they're now going to try to assault from the forested area, which makes sense because that gives them the most cover up until a flag capture zone. So Green Force is going to start realizing this and adjusting their forces to set up a defensive position from where the flag's coming from. We're already starting to see that a little bit. The BTR is also pushed up here. It is now firing on some Op4 pushing him.
Oh, the BTR is cool, but he's all out in the open.
I have no idea what Green Force thinking right now. I'm waiting for Op4 to get some AT lined up.
Do they have any AT here?
Yep, Stottenberg, he's trying to line up a shot now. Oh, he gets shot to shit though.
Oh,
And the hit missed.
no, he got it.
Oh, he got it? All right.
Yeah, Greg's dead. Or down.
Are they both down in there?
I don't know where Greg's gone.
Greg is dead.
Greg's dead, but he died.
He was solo
so hard.
crewing.
No, he wasn't. Arcor was in it. Arcor's the driver. But
Yeah, he's unconscious too.
Greg got killed so hard. He disappeared off the fucking roster list.
He's under Alpha HQ. This BRDM's about to get butt spanked so hard. Legal Action has his AT out. No, okay, he doesn't have the AT out. Who has the AT out? Roster does. You engage them.
Oh no! Why is he getting
Why?
out?
What are they thinking?
And now he's trying to jump back in.
Yep. And there it is.
Fuck! Did I just witness? Liru, what did we just witness? No one's on fire.
Very bad short sight.
That was something.
So, picture this. You see two cars driving towards you, and then you fire at them and make them back off. Where would those cars go after they were shot at? They would retreat, dismount, and then utilize the only form of cover to move up. Are they going to use the open fields to do it, or are they going to use the forest? Open field?
That was something.
Forest. So why would you position your BRDM to be exposed on the forest?
They pushed Arcor out the vehicle and took it away.
Oh, nice. It's a sacrifice play. Yeah, they brought the BTR back because they don't want to lose it. Grav is now in there, probably going to order his men to remount so they can get out of here, but that was a really dumb call by the BRDM.
Still down,
like, I get it.
Koak
We have...
actually has the...
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying Koak has the 18 now, and he's trying to get a shot off, but I think the Defilade just does it for him.
Back to my rant, though. I get it. Like, we have the bird's eye view. We can see that Op4 made that plan, but there wasn't really any other thing for them not to make that plan. Because they also set up the BRDM with the gun pointing up to the road, thinking they would just drive down again. Why would they drive to the same area they took contact from? No, they would dismount and then clear the threat, right? Utilizing the best way to do it, which would be the jungle. So why would you put yourself in that situation? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Maybe they were coordinating with the BTR and they were trying to line up a shot on the guys in the town over here
No,
because
Liru.
maybe they thought they were going to drive around and dismount into a position that was certain under fire? No. FNF and
was the-
OFCRA, you flank. We always see
was-
flanks.
It was the
Why?
biggest brain play, dying.
Dying, the biggest
No
brain
one's-
play.
No
Okay.
one's going to expect you to just die.
I
are
see.
They are now lured into a false sense of security.
Look-
And they will grow complacent.
Here, I'll say this. Here, that vehicle being stationary, that's not the issue. The position of the vehicle is the issue.
It was backwards.
If no. Like, it shouldn't have been here in the first place because that's a very dumb idea and just witnessed why, but I broke it down. No, if they wanted to be in a stationary position, what they should have done was given themselves some distance from the tree line because that's where the infantry could dismount and come in from, and instead probably gone to where the other Green 4 force was, set up behind some of these bushes back here, and pointed the gun northwest, covering from a flank. Because the other Green 4 group was focusing on the northern group. And then when they retreated, the BRDM could then retreat with them, have the gun turn around to cover the rear. Where was the coordination?
Big brain.
Where was the coordination?
Big.
We always state the
Brain.
round in the mission command. So it is round 2. All right, so Op 4 is just trying to regroup its forces here. Green 4, I think, is doing the same thing. We're starting to see some new defense lines being made because they're realizing where that flag's going to be brought in from. So that force that was originally attacking those pushes has now backed up into a bit of a fortified area between these two jungle spots. That's actually a really good position to be in because you know Op 4 is going to be using these trees to move into the AO. So by mounting into these buildings, giving yourself some good cover, you can catch them in the crossing point. So that's smart. But now I'm wondering, where is Op 4 going? Because we're seeing some vehicles now heading north, and X-Ray still moving up from the north as well as Green 4 X-Ray is coming around to where the flag is. They might be doing a feint here. Because think about it. Bait Green 4 into thinking you're going to attack the southern position by sending a major force down there, get into their first firefight, make them redeploy their forces, thinking you're coming to attack the south, and then just pull a 180 and hit the northern position. Because look at all the defenders on the north position, or I guess lack thereof. This leaves a lot of room for Op 4 to just steamroll in. Not even rush in at that point, because Op 4 is going to be able to use their X-ray team to say, hey, yeah, there's nothing there, and then they can just run into the northern point with their vehicles, dismount, garrison, and hold the capture zone. But they're not committing to this plan because they still have that force on the T-intersection, so they can send them at a different angle at a moment's notice if X-ray says, yeah, there's still a big fortification of units at the northern point. Op 4 is doing... Who's the commander here? Fred is doing a really great job.
You actually have a force of Green 4 who have moved to the north of the flag bearer.
Yep, the X-ray group.
And they're actually going to... Oh, no. I thought they were going to drive straight towards them.
So it looks like Op 4 is going to commit to the southern push here. I think they should have waited for X-ray to get into a better position to feed them intel. Because had they done a northern push instead, it would have been a lot more beneficial. But sometimes the hardest route is the best route. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh. I think Red 4 are just scared of everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised since they ran into those early aggressors. Maybe they're thinking Green 4 is a lot more...
proactive in their defense.
Yeah.
You actually have Red 4 X-ray setting up, or about to get into the
Back in a second.
control tower. Air traffic control tower. Which might be perfect for Kerry, because I think Kerry has the sniper. No, Lolo, sorry. No. Yeah, Lolo. Lolo is a sniper, so he might be able to catch Olaf and maybe Swallow. And maybe Eric and Ash. It'd be interesting to see how they work it. Just realized Michael's dead.
Yeah, he got picked off by the BRDM's initial barrage. He was the first casualty.
Rip Michael.
Now, I wonder if Op4's plan is going to change. Now that Recon is going to start getting on this position and seeing... They'll see the fortifications, but they won't see anyone on the fortifications, which is a really good sign to say, hey, there's they've abandoned the north. What do you want us to do? Because from the barracks building and that air tower, they can see a lot of the fortified spots. They'll see movement. Oh, they get spotted.
Who got spotted? Oh, X-ray.
Ooh, yeah, Op4 is driving down. Op4 have stolen the BRDM. That's a good call there. And the flag is actually going up north now.
Oh god, I come for Pega Pirates. Oh no.
Papega on point is a very good call because they can deal with ambushes very effectively. That's a great spot. You're going to get picked off, but you can at least take a few guys out before you go down.
Skip's got the M72 out. Oh no.
Hey, Aim at
Oh,
the Balls,
nice,
thanks for dropping by. Aim at the Balls, also known as Aim at the Stars when he plays in FNF.
If he could take out this BMP2, that would be huge. But I think King's about to round the corner.
If it comes down the MSR, though, Dog4 could take it out with his lawn. Yeah, that was a great drop by Vince. Or was that King?
That was King, I think. I'm not actually entirely sure. So Dog4's on the roof. King saw him, though. Because he was moving too much. What a shot.
King's CQC skills are second to none in FNF, in my opinion. No, that's a lie. Stark's been doing a really good job too. So Stark and King, I would say the two best right now. I would say Stark, especially the past 2 weeks, it's just been amazing. But King, I mean, there's a reason he's called King, especially with an RPK, which is literally just an AK with more rounds if you want to utilize it that way. Exactly, third person. That's the fun of Arma 3 PvP.
In the gunner seat.
When you got 90 to 120 people going.
I don't think King has any AT. If I was Grav, I'd just pull out and take that thing back to the...
Vince has an RPG 26.
Wait, what happened to legal? Oh, it's...
It's him and Roster in the BRDM, right?
Yeah, but it's...
What did they do to it?
I could look at the smoke cloud it's producing. You cannot go anywhere with that being.
They just break the engine. Also, the gun's down. So yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, Rolo Vincent King being shot at by Wheaton. Flux is just driven forward. He's very confused right now.
Vince, Rolo, and King getting pinned down from that battle tower. So they're now forced to fold in, but no, Green 4 were ready to flank them. They're quickly trying to reposition as Flux fires at them. He might be calling up to say that they're on the rooftop, but Green 4 is now completely miscoordinated here. Cool Breeze being caught out of position, taken out by Kane and Vince. And Flux takes out the guy on the roof. Ooh. Big misplay there by Green 4. They had a potential to catch a lot of Papega out of position, but now they're just taking a lot of casualties. Rolo went down in the barrage from Wheaton and Arcor on the tower. And Grav is now trying to desperately drive out. Vince, though, he's going to come out with that AT. And he's going to get a great shot on it as it runs away. But he misses, whiffs it to the left instead. Oof. Flux trying to put GLs on, accidentally puts it over.
Grav just needs to get out of there.
Fist and Wheaton trying to overwatch from the rooftop.
Oh, but here comes legal action. That's going to pass right by Ghoster. Ghoster doesn't have any AT though.
Green 4's in a pretty bad predicament here. Now they are sending X-Ray. No, they're sending them south. I thought they were going to send something to deal with the flag, but Green 4 has no choice but to play against what's deployed on them. So they've got X-Ray to the north, and they've got forces coming in from the south. Normally, in the Green 4 commander's shoes, he'd be able to use the tell of where the flag is to then determine where they're going to be attacking from. But Fred on Op4 is doing a really good job of just putting that out of the zone, keeping his options open of, does he follow his main force into the southern zone, or does he let X-Ray whittle down what's on the north?
Ghost is trying to take the wheels of the BRDM, but he gets spotted. Flux just flew.
Oh my god.
He flew a little bit, but managed to get back.
Ghosts are getting taken out by Jack, who drove up in a freaking quad bike.
Oh god, here comes Legal. Oh, nope, they missed the entrance. So I have to go around the long way.
Oh, he drove out of bounds.
Uh-oh. Oh, they might not make that.
Death by technicality? Nope, they make it back in. That's funny. If you leave the zone, you have 15 seconds to get back in or else you die. Via kill trigger. I don't know, but I think Op4 has just bulldozed through this force with minimum casualties, and that is one of the benefits of putting Pepega on lead when they're not fighting a massive unified force. Squad to squad, yeah, go ahead. They can take out so much for being a squad-sized element because their squad-on-squad tactics, only Scandi Recon really rivals that. Last round was very close. This round might be a little more decisive as Op4 is just piecemealing what Green 4 has. Green 4's trying to get more forces in here from the north, but that BMP is in such a perfect position to help stave things off. But Op4 are leaving themselves exposed. They got a force out right here, but it is very close to be flanked by 4IB on Green 4, and one of them leading the charge is Stark. And Stark has OG rounds? An OG round is a HE warhead. You can tell because of the shape of the tip up top. If I can get a little bit closer. But that is an anti-infantry warhead. And if Op4 groups up, he could do some pretty significant damage. Dryden overtaking him, Turks also overtaking him. But this flank attack could do some serious damage to that Op4 squad. Meanwhile, looks like oh, yeah, they're dead.
Who died? Sorry, my little sister is being a pain tonight.
Wheaton and Fist, the tower just collapsed.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, legal action circling around. They found the BTR-70, and they're starting to unload in it. And they just killed Grav.
I think it would still work, though.
Wow.
Well, it won't. If they keep shooting its wheels, it won't work.
Op4 wiped the entirety of Alpha 1 and Alpha HQ. Your mom's best friend was unfortunately taken out as well, but minimal casualties on Op4's side.
I just realized Green 4 and Red 4 are getting into a fight now. X-Ray, Red 4.
Three guys on 4IB here biding their time. Nemesis also pushing up. Does Nemesis have AT to deal with that BMP? He does not. But he's giving that BMP a wide berth. Meanwhile, on the northern side, you still have X-Ray contending with some unidentified Green 4 members here. It is members of AA, and they are under Bravo HQ. This is capture the flag. Op4 is trying to get the flag captured into... It's an offensive capture the flag where they have to bring it somewhere. AT goes out by Stark. He took out a Gaz as everyone was mounting up, and that has caused significant casualties. Blackbeard being the only survivor, as two other gunners are now trying to see if any survivors come out. Persian wakes back up. He crawls away. Dryden immediately starts spraying him down. And they eventually get him knocked out. But that shot...
Look to the west. 1RW dismounting. Gonna sneak up behind him. Stark, though, pushes up with his RPG.
Gets the shot on the Gaz. That was the other Gaz that was coming around, but Green 4 is now in a little bit of trouble here as Koak leading the charge here. Turk has his back to the force. Johnson, I think, has Turk in his sights. I'm not sure if the smoke is covering him enough. He's going to charge ahead to narrow the distance.
To move away.
Yeah. What the hell? Are you guys friendly? Are you friendly? Hello, sir. Are you friendly? Oh, they're friendly. Where are the bad guys? Hello, I am looking for Green 4. Where is the Green 4? And Turk's just staring at him like he saw a fucking ghost.
Look at your friend, please. Oh my god.
Hello, friendlies in Cherno?
Friendlies in China?
My god.
Friendlies in Vorkuta?
What was that?
I don't know, man.
Literally just stared at him. And now Johnson's firing behind him. What? What are you shooting at? He's lagging. His internet's lagging. He saw the bad guys. He didn't fire until he got close. He fired at Lurch.
Oh, PID.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. PID.
It's lag, man. His gun went off a minute after he spotted the contacts.
Jesus Christ, that's a mad fucking D-sig right there.
Oh my god. Grenades being thrown out.
No, I'm trying
Koak getting hit. Hitting the head twice. And Stark is coming. No, he's not coming back. It's Pertin and Iander coming in to join him. What on earth?
Jansen could have stopped that. Oh, nades.
No, the quad bike.
Knowing that quad bike, it could actually go up in flames off that one grenade.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
I love quad bikes so
Inky
much.
knocked out as Jack was trying to drive him out. He drove in with the quad bike.
I love quad bikes so much.
Johnson's still looking at the wrong. Jansen's still looking at the wrong angle here. I have no idea what's going on. Is Jansen just a Green 4 sleeper cell?
Right? He's got to be shit-faced, right?
I don't know. Meanwhile, Green 4 X-Ray closing with Bravo for Op 4. It's the suppressed shooters with the Mark 14s. Guak has no idea where he's getting hit from. BMP drives by, not seeing the two bad guys on his right. BMP now turning its gun.
Oh dear.
And the two suppressed shooters are like, yeah, it's a BMP. It's not going to do anything. The BMP looks confused. I think it's being solo crewed by Supreme.
But he did have a second man in there, though. I just realized Fred's dead. Come on, for Redfall's dead.
Yeah, I don't know when he got picked off, but ouch. And Jansen disconnects. No, I wanted to see more from him. Ah, damn.
I think Lurch is on second riding.
Flux got found and he's being shot at. Oh, wait, that was a Green 4 guy there and he's dead. Okay.
Oh.
The more you know. Bant's pushed up. He just killed Sayek. And he just killed Despo. Is their BMPs like right here wondering what the heck is going on? Oh, I see friendlies. That's a good sign.
Or he's saying, oh, I see enemies. I think he saw Bay fire and he was like, oh, is that an enemy?
Yeah. BMP support, eh?
Yeah, you're almost there, BMP. You're almost there. Yeah? No.
Maz has the flag and now they're just spraying down range. Oh, because they saw Izzo. Izzo's like, what the heck is going on? So, a lot of confusion in Op 4's lines here. Dryden is hiding from Lurch, who's hunting him. Oh, and Dryden got him through a nice little murder hole on the bottom of that bush. And Izzo, I think, just got killed. Cossum was knocked out. Could be medic back up. And you got Indigo Fox on the rear there. You've got Norris driving up in an off-road. No, he's gonna take the SSR and pull away as Blackbeard watches. This has been one hell of a confusing round.
So out of energy. That first round and this round.
I'm gonna go have some coffee in the next intermission because just this one's been confusing. Now the BMP is firing up at a frickin' open field. I think thinking he sees bad guys. I really don't know.
Oh god, this is so painful. This is one of those FNFs where it's just like, oh, come on, man. I also think it's because we had basically FNF yesterday.
Yeah, no, I feel ya.
Quite armored out at the moment.
So you got Indigo with a stolen gas. He's trying to drive away with it to get back to friendly lines. He's having a little bit of driving trouble. And Op4 looks like they're ignoring that noise and instead just continuing to drive through the forest here. Green Thumb, meanwhile, he's got a +1 in there. That's, nope, it's not Wisp. All right. It's got Shy in there. They're going up to a little battle tower.
They're gonna see if they get any loot.
Just heard an explosion to the north.
They're seeing if they can get any loot in the battle tower.
Right? Sorry, it's a deer stand. Hunter loot.
Yeah.
And now Indigo Fox is driving by. Not sure if he spots Red Ram. Red Ram, hearing the gas, thinks it's friendly. And Indigo still trying to find a way to drive through.
Oh god, no, Norris. Norris is driving up right next to the just an entire Op4 force.
Spartek realizing that that gas is hostile, and Norris gets taken out. Great spray there.
Ooh.
Ooh, and he drives right into a tree.
And Flux.
Flux is like, ooh, bad guy. I shoot.
Oh, Starkyander and Periton right next to Tolly, Sergey, and Jammy.
They get opened up on.
Oh god, Stark, no.
Ooh. They're going for the flag, but there's a lot of dudes by that flag. So they're going for some cook-off, but the Gazes, they can tank quite a bit here. Jamie gets back on the gun. He's suppressing upwards. Stark's got an OG rocket loaded. That's HE.
Oof.
We just heard an explosion go off under the HQ. Two vehicles, I think, just rammed into each other. Indigo Fox, I think, got blown up, thinking they were a bad guy rushing, but yeah. Another RPG goes out. That one finally destroys the gas. I think because Stark used 2 OG rockets instead, which don't do anything to vehicles. It is literally just a fragmentation round.
Oh, I knew this round was going to take ages.
And Iander is dead.
Oh, here comes Bay. Bay and Julie, the dream team.
So they found Iander's body. They just looked it over to confirm he was dead.
Oh, here comes Bay.
Running up to Purton. Purton looks right.
No, he's
Ooh.
fine. Stark's fat.
Hi, Stark. Bye, Stark. Purton, get him! Purton!
What's going on tonight? Do their camos look similar?
It's solid Gorka versus Pattern Woodland. What? Alton helmets versus Pattern helmets. What is going on? Why does everyone think everyone's friendly? I'm gonna need coffee after this. Jesus. I've already said that, but I'm just reinforcing that fact. At this point, Green Force 2 piecemeal to really do anything. And Op4, they've got a good saturation of force here, but it's just being dragged out. We still got 16 minutes left on this, excuse me, 19 minutes left on this round.
BMP and the flag Vic almost crush into each other.
Honestly, if they crashed into each other, I wouldn't even be surprised. I'd just go, yeah, that's this round, all right.
This round has just been, like, I'm looking at you, so both sides have a decent amount of numbers. Like, it feels like this match is going on for,
We're all friends here.
for hours.
Having a proactive firefight here as Op4 has a large force pushing in. It's just two WCR guys trying to hold the line. We also have Green Thumb and Shy at a different angle. Let's see if these two Green 4 guys can hold the line. Wisp pulling back as Gex was firing at him. Now Zat also shooting. Amateur also putting some shots out. Legal Action being incredibly offensive here as WCR trying to pull away. There goes one of them.
Laugh at my jokes.
I don't know if that was Legal Action or Flux that got the kill. Josh trying to get in the Vic to pull away. Gets hit with the GL in his trunk there. Now he's under heavy fire.
Oh, and the flag Vic trying to make its way past.
Well, it just had enough. Literally 2 bullets hit it and it exploded. And he's Hillary Clinton. Arma Jesus putting 2 shots in the back of his head. But since he was next to this vehicle, I'm sure it was a suicide because Josh rammed this tree trunk and then windshield catapulted all the way up there. Don't think that anything of it because of the angle. It's just how it happened. Again, a Hillary Clinton is when you are shot 2 times in the back of the head, and I ruled a suicide.
Oh god, loads of shots between. It's nice to know that the man named Hansgas Ziflamen is the guy just firing hundreds of rounds into a tree line. Indiscriminately.
He's remembering the glory days of his grandfather. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Excuse me, and you said what to my joke yesterday?
Don't worry about it. So we got Shy out here with an RPG. Looks like some Op4 guys in the open here. They're commandeering an off-road. And they almost ran Guak over.
Nice.
I'd love to see this AT. Oh my gosh, Shy is trying to reposition here with this RPG. If he nails that off-road, he goes prone instead.
I think he hits the BMP and wants that bigger target.
Yeah, let's be honest, the BMP has been a bit useless today.
Yeah, I think.
But Green 4 doesn't know that.
He'll either become extremely useful here or just get one tapped. As I said, Bay. Oh my god, look at Bay.
Deeba 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 do do deeba deeba do. Wow, that was a great sharp turn there.
Chol, what are you doing? Chol, what are you doing? Chol.
Yeah, that's not a friendly vehicle. Just gonna call this PID Nightmare 101. No one knows who they're shooting at, if they're really friendly or not. 15 minutes.
Will Johnson, the guy who accidentally stumbled into a war zone. Oh god, look at Indigo.
Yep.
Making his long trailer trek. He now has to face Tolly or just Tolly actually.
Bane's gonna immediately go up to that rooftop and kill these two. Skipper getting a great hit on Dooley there.
Bane. Oh no. Oh no. And now Hans will now relive the
Bane gets tunnel vision and Simon actually takes him out.
Hans gets the Flammen.
Hans indeed gets the Flammenwaffe.
He's gone back.
All right, so a lot of Op4 were cleaned up in that initial push, but that forced Green 4 to pull in their defensive line, and that's allowed for more greater Op4 forces to now come in. Platoon HQ getting suppressed up in that tower, poor Cholt, and that flag is actually really close to this one capture zone.
Yeah, but there's still a timer.
Yeah, but if it's in the English. If it's in the capture zone while the timer's going, it'll still go into overtime. So now you got all of Green 4. We got another Vic pulling down south. They're going to try to reinforce last second.
I don't know, Red 4 just have a lot, and they also have that BMP. No, they don't. The BMP's dead. Fucking
Olaf just came in and rammed a building falling and knocked himself unconscious.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, yeah, there he is.
He's back awake, but that was just comical. Oh.
Oh, no.
+1 for the aircraft. The ATC
Oh,
chopper.
no, Navy. Oh, no, Navy.
Oh my God, hold up.
Oh, Navy.
It's getting written down.
Oh, Navy.
Was Navy being shot at by Simon? Friendly forces?
No.
Oh, that grenade. Bye, Navy.
Who's that nameless man behind him? He doesn't have a name.
He's the ghost, and he was never there. And Maz still on the back line with the flag.
Those
He is
bullets were
bleeding.
there.
Oh, by the way, the BMP's on fire.
I hate you. I said this. I said it's gone.
Well, you didn't say it was on fire.
I guess not.
Navy trades with the shooter and gets double tapped. Roster now are leading the charge into the barracks building up here. Blam getting picked off by Simon. Olaf getting picked off by Maz. And Sergey runs into Maz's fire and takes a shot to the back. He now turns around and goes, "Hey, what the hell?" And Roster gets the guys in that building. And yeah, there's only Skipper left in that AO. We got Will Johnson on the flank. And Platoon is in the tower. I think this is pretty much GG.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to go make myself some coffee and just overwatch the AO. BRB.
Hello, chat. Hello, chat. How are you doing, chat? Quite tired, chat. I'm quite tired. Are you tired? Because I am. I'm quite a sleepy boy. I'm going to go snipe next round if I can get it. I also have a bit of stuff to film tomorrow on armor. Some fucking cool shit, hopefully. Making some cinematic stuff. Yawn. Oh. Quite sleepy. Sleepy man. How are you, chat? Have you enjoyed FNF so far? It's been very long. It's felt very long. Oh dear. Oh dear, here comes Spartak. Chol. Spartak's not looking and gets taken out by Chol, but Chol gets fucking destroyed, and Armor Jesus Hillary Clinton's another man. Oh dear. Well, that is Greenfall completely cleared out of this AO. And the only remainders are the ones up at the north base with about 3. Ash and Andre maybe about to have a fight. Nope, Ash is just kind of hiding in a building. Andre is kind of just searching the building. Very interesting. The only other 2 people is Whiplash and Eric, who are up at the northern objective. There are 12 minutes of flag capture time. I think I'm going to cry. I'm going to try to do the snip next round. Yeah, Jan's. I mean, I'm quickly just taking a peek at Liru's chat, but Jan's. There's still 12 minutes. It's a 12-minute capture time. It won't just end. But there are 3 Greenfall left, and they're all. Oh no.
Sorry about that. Looks like it's played out just as I thought it would.
Yep, 12-minute capture time. I'm in severe pain.
All right, well, I'm gonna have one hand on the mouse, another hand on a little whisk, and I'm whisking myself some Korean iced coffee again. So, yeah, how many guys are still left? We got three green, 4 guys.
Green 4.
All right. Oh, no, we got 2 on the rear. So we got Shy and Green Thumb on the rear, Eric, Ash, and Whiplash. Ooh, Whiplash has made it so far. Okay, no, he's back there. All right, so Eric is about to be ambushed by Lolo. Ash and Andre here are playing hide and go seek. Whiplash is getting Whiplash in the helicopter depot. He got shot a few times. He's trying to hold what he can. And Shy and Green Thumb are coming along at the rear.
With his pistol, but Eric is better to it. Turns around, Lolo has to retreat.
Green Thumb gets a nice pick off on a guard there. Shy, meanwhile, getting some good crossfire, gets some shots on Costum, takes someone else out. Amateur still holding that doorway. Got some long-range suppression. Ooh. Shy trading with Amateur. Long-range shots going into Green Thumb, and Bloodwing's lighting the house on fire again.
And your house is on fire.
Yes.
Oh, no.
All right, well, that pretty much stops that attack. We're down to 3 people. No winner for Eric and Lolo there. As you said, Lolo pulled out. Whiplash is still on the northern objective, and Andre and Seismo are just looking around on the other area. Wait a second, Shy wakes back up.
Beep.
Kabaya just threw a explosive charge over. I don't think that's going to reach Shy. Wow.
Yes,
Streamer luck. Bloodwing is cooking some flank steak tonight for dinner, and that's what I'll be having in between NA and EU.
Sounds like she's burning it. She's not cooking
God,
it,
I hope
she's
not.
Burning it.
Shy's back awake. His determination to win is what's keeping him going. There's a grenade, and he's fighting with Retro and Zat, and he is knocked out again.
Not very strong determination to win.
Oh, he's dead because Maz double tapped him. Okay, well, looking back, Eric is dead. I think Lolo got him. And now we have Whiplash and Ash up to the north, and they have 8 minutes to get there.
Oh, please stop, cool it.
All right. Right on. We're just gonna keep whisking this. All right. Yeah, this is how we do it. All right, come on. Right now, what I'm doing here, let me go to voice acty so Dream can hear me. There we go. Yeah?
Maz just got friendly fired.
Oh, of course he did. Wait, really?
Yeah.
How'd he get friendly fired? There were only friendlies down there. That's hilarious. Either way.
Just decided to drive into a wall.
Of course he did. Now, I have a bowl here with a small hand whisk with plastic whisk because this is a nice bowl, and Bloodwing yells at me when I use the metal ones in it. I have mixed a spoonful of sugar, a spoonful of coffee, or Insta coffee, and a spoonful of the hottest water I can get. More friendly fire going off. I think that's Lolo out there. He's being shot, and he is dead. Was that Lolo? That was Lolo. 2 friendly fires for Op4, and they're firing at a truck coming in. That's Roster. Zat's still firing at the body. I mean, when you don't have bad guys, this is to be expected.
Well, this is a good thing, because maybe then they'll realize, oh, we're firing on friendlies, and then they won't see Ash.
Ah, yes, Ash is coming in with a gas, but he is immediately shot at.
Ash is armored.
Good old streamer luck. I accidentally got some of the mixture on my robe. Oh well, I'm just gonna throw this in the wash. Otherwise,
Ash is on a mission.
and he's still going. Anyway, I whisk this mixture together until it gets to a nice light brown, and then I whisk in the milk. Now, instead of milk, you could do condensed milk, or evaporated milk. If you are using, I think it's condensed milk, which has the sugar added, you don't have to do the spoonful of sugar. It also means you won't get the stuff to the, you won't get the mixture to the light brown. It'll be a little darker, but that's okay. But as long as you have the sweetness into it, it's fine. I prefer it with evaporated milk because it has a better flavor, but since evaporated milk is harder to buy in bulk, I usually just use regular milk. Whole milk, 1%, 2%, whatever. There goes Ash, she gets grenaded. And once you get that nice light brown mixture, as Ash is being literally turned to ash, and Whiplash is in the north, as Bayan says, does Whiplash know what's going on?
Probably not.
He's probably just very scared up there, wondering what's going on. He's one of the Vietnam devs. He's having one of those flashbacks.
Yeah, one of them flashbacks those kids keep talking about.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, we're just gonna wait for another nearly 5 minutes here. But let's see, I got the mixture. It's a little thick because I think I added a little too much coffee to my sugar ratio and not enough water. I didn't do a full spoonful like an idiot, but that's okay. Now we just are gonna pour in our milk. And we can just fill the bowl at this point.
Yay. Hope for one.
And now you whisk slowly because you don't want any of the milk to spill.
All right,
That'll also slowly mix everything.
And if I don't, I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye.
Sounds great. Oh, looks like we're doing D-Task, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair enough.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep mixing this. All right. Looks like it's going to be an Altus fight. So let's go ahead and pay out our prediction. That would go to Op4, who was attacking. And let's go ahead and go back to our Twitch page so I can run an intermission set of ads so I can continue to whisk my coffee. One second. And let's go ahead and run those 3 minutes down. Again, I'd like to thank all of you for joining me today. Will I commit dive to steaks overcooked? Nah. Bloodwing at least knows how to season, so even if it is a little burnt, it'll still be very, very tasty. All right, now we're going to go ahead and change out our commands here. I'm going to go ahead and write out EU3's command. Awesome. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the map command, say that the map is now Altus. And I'm also going to change up our music here. Perfect. Hold on one second. Okay. And now let's go ahead and go to our mission command. So if I'm going to be solo casting, guys, you guys are going to be my co-commentators. So I'm going to be interacting a lot more with you, but that also means I'll be able to put my TFAR plugin on, and we'll be able to listen to their local comms at least until someone dies, because at that point we can then hear them regardless of where we are on the map, and things get a little messy in terms of communication at that point. It's good coffee. Okay. So it's a VIP. Blue 4 attacking. All right, so Op 4 is defending 3 VIPs from Blue 4. 2 VIPs die. Come up. Blue 4 wins. Op 4 has 2 guys. Okay. Has transports and 2 GAZs with PKPs, while Blue 4 has a 10% numbers advantage and 2 SOCOM Humvees. 2 SOCOM Vs, 1 M2, 1 M134. The M134 being the minigun Vic, which I always I find funny that that's allowed to be used, because if that is properly placed somewhere and is allowed to suppress a hill, anything on that hill is pretty much screwed, as long as the game is, excuse me, the gun is properly angled. Otherwise, I'm going to keep whisking, and we'll go ahead and set up our new prediction when we get to the map screen. I'm just waiting to see if Dream comes back, if he doesn't get his sniper roll, but if he does, then I will go ahead and put my T-FAR plugin on, and we'll go ahead and listen to their local comms as we do this commentary. Now, I'm still mixing the iced coffee here. Normally, you'd also serve it with ice, but I'm lazy. Plus, I don't like utilizing ice over time because it dilutes the flavor. And I do like my coffees to be a bit strong. Otherwise, hope you are all doing A-okay. Hope you are enjoying your Friday. Again, we're going to do the EU branch, finish that up with this round 3. Then I'll take a break before we start the NA branch at 8 o'clock. And then we're going to do some DayZ stream trolling where you guys can spook me with some audio snippets. I'll probably keep the previous one instead of randomizing for new ones, so you guys can troll me in any way, shape, or form. And I'll be a fresh spawn, so I'll be a little more jumpy, especially since there's a lot of people that shoot at fresh spawns. One more thing I will do is I'll also open up the caffeinate command in case you guys want me to chug this damn thing. You'll get the ability to tell me to do that. Alright, so I don't see Dream coming back. And he was able to get that sniper spot. Alright, so let me go ahead and do a few things here. Number 1, go back to push to talk. Number 2, go to my add-ons, put on my T-FAR plugin, so I'll be moved when it happens. And let's see. That command is saved. What was the last thing I need to do? Right. Let me go to Twitch and allow you guys to spend channel points to make me chug the coffee if you want me to. I love how there's a chick literally streaming in a bra on the front page and it says birthday stream. It's like, oh, okay. I thought Twitch was getting rid of shit like that, but I guess not. Really, guys, if you want something like that, just go to a site that, you know, they'll give you more instead of just a frickin' topless thing or whatnot. You know what I mean? All right, there we go. Caffeinate is live, so if you want me to chug coffee, there you go. You now have the ability to do so. Otherwise, if you ever want to join in Friday Night Fights, 2 right off the bat. All right, give me a second. If you ever want to join Friday Night Fights, just remember, all you have to do is do !FNF, and you can get into their Discord, get their mod set. It's a new mod set, too, and jump on every Friday to play. Now, let me take 3 big gulps of this coffee. Give me a second. 4 big gulps. All right. 5 big gulps. All right, there you go. Whew, 6 big. Okay, yep. All right. That'll keep me awake for the rest of the night, so I can also go into that DayZ stream fresh and ready to go. I also have to, I did manage to do a trade. Another one. All right. It's already like a third of the way gone, funny enough. Jen, you can always make it to the NA branch, unless you're in EU, because at that point it's pretty late for you. But the NA branch will start up in about 2 hours and 17 minutes. So this round will probably take another hour, hour and a half at most. And we'll see how things go. Yeah, EU gain. But I made a massive trade with someone. I traded 2 safes for a big amount of storage from a base that I don't want to go to anymore. And it was really funny because after I showed him where the base was and everything, there was a third guy that shot me, and then he ended up having to kill him. But, I mean, that just goes to show that, yeah, I didn't want to go there anymore because it was such a high-traffic area. And there was only, like, 10 or 12 people on the server, but out of those 10 to 12, you know, someone was right there. So, yeah, the short stream one where I went through the tunnel with him and we avoided that, that one dude. The one mutant. But yeah, no, we'll
Send in goat team.
we'll see if we can
6
make our way back
now.
there, and I can try to hunt military places for some pulse locators so we can go farm Latvia. I'll probably just take a battle rifle out or something, and he said he left some stuff for me in a white wardrobe, so we can go down there and check that as well. But we'll see. Leia, thank you so much for the 4-month resub. Always a pleasure to have you here. Hope you are enjoying Tarkov and those Sunday Arma ops. And I'll see you around when I see you around. Oh, and of course, FNF. Alrighty. Go ahead, look at my phone. I've just been... Normally I don't do this while I'm streaming, but once in a while I like to look at the channel health, especially right now because of the algorithm change. I just want to make sure everything on the analytical side is at least plateauing instead of, you know, constantly crashing. It's roughly plateaued, and now it's starting to have its bounce back up. So could be today it starts going back up. Could be it plateaus for a few days, a week, but usually it bounces back up. But we just have to be patient with it. With any major algorithm change, this usually happens every year to 2 years. Sometimes it works in my favor, my channel skyrockets. Sometimes it just crashes me down. But the really important thing when you have a job like this is you diversify where you get your revenue. So, you know, opening up the DayZ streams where you guys control me, that'll, you know, help make up the revenue that I lose off of YouTube, and I can still, you know, move forward. And normally it wouldn't be that much of an issue either, but because it's around Christmas and we have to plan for things like KatsuCon, and we're going to go, I'm going to show Bloodwing skiing. I haven't gone skiing in like a year, not a year, excuse me, like a decade. So we're going to take a long weekend for that. It's just, you know, the month where a lot of heavy expenses come in. And, yeah, that's where the budget gets hit a bit. But I'm thinking we'll probably shoot for a pay for pain around the 21st and see how things go there. Yeah, righto, Leia. All right, final round is going. We'll listen through everything. Let me go ahead and set up the next prediction. So let's emulate round 1. So blue 4 is attacking, and op 4 is defending. And we'll set that to 20 minutes since we're doing it a little early. Will there be emus? Yeah, I'll let you guys do emus. Give me 1 second, though. I'll BRB, because unfortunately, nature calls.
Nice brief. I'm here to make inflammatory statements.
Sorry about that. I thought I'd have a second. But yeah, no, it looks like they're writing things out. 1 satchel kills dome. VIPs can't leave zone. VIPs are only visible to op 4. They have special hats. Okay. F1, PJ, just force of habit. And it looks like the AO itself is going to be the Telos military encampment. All right. I always like to focus on the attackers first. Let's go ahead and have a look. Blue 4 is going to have the 2 SOCOM Vics. Looks like the M21 is in the lead, followed by the M134 minigun. It is your quote-unquote vanilla for Blue 4 and FNF, which means they are the Marpat Marine group from RHS USAF, because that's the one we almost always see in most missions for Blue 4 here.
No, it's better though.
So that means M16A4s, M4s, Carl Gustavs,
Oh wait, never mind. Hey, what are we doing?
M72 Laws. Sorry, I'm listening to that. M240 Bravos, M249s, all of that jazz. They also said there were transport Vics, but I don't see any Blue 4 transport Vics, so they're going to have to go on foot. Interesting. They also only get an MRZR. Otherwise, looking at the roster here, it is Pierce commanding, who, as I've been saying in the other rounds, some of the one of the top commanders, I'd say, in terms of experience, but his plans don't always work. Sometimes they blow up in his face, but that's for everyone. Otherwise, Stark leading X-Ray here. We've got Dryden taking the marksman rifle, and Turk and a fill-in Naders are going to be the suppressed shooters here. I think an MP7 in this AO is actually going to be a really good weapon because it's a nice CQC style weapon. So maybe one MP7 and one Mark 18. So they can cover both avenues, long range and short range would be a good call there, especially with the sniper. I mean, just getting on that hill and laying hate from that small ridge with the windmills. Otherwise, Alpha 1 has Navy, Shy, members from 1R, actually just spawns from 1RW, Olaf and Harudu. Green Thumb, Sanchez, Retrospecta, Martson, and Stottenberg taking Alpha 2. Bravo, actually knows there's no leadership element there. It's just 2 individual teams, but there's only Stottenberg from Alpha 2, so I wonder if he'll command both groups. Otherwise, Grav for Bravo HQ leading. He's got Eander, Hurton, Whiplash, Cossum, and Nemesis under Bravo 1, so a mix of Scandi Recon with Cossum filling in and Whiplash, the SOG dev, filling in as well. Bravo 2 has Scholand, Norse, Cholt, and Dog4 under Bravo 2. Inky, Captain Morgan, Lurch, and Jack under Charlie 1. And Delta HQ has Vagrant, Sam, Reaper, Sismo, and Andre. Delta 2 has Bant and Dooley, that Dream Team combo, and they both have 240 Bravos. Oh, this is going to be a messy round. How did they both get 240 Bravos for this one? That's funny. Bald Eagle and Kabaya also with them, and then Tolly, Blam, Goak taking one vehicle crew, and Lolo and G-Legs taking the other vehicle crew. All right. Looking under Op4 here. They've got some quad bikes already mounted up. It looks like they're going to probably try to rush forces along this ridge to get some early pickoffs on Blue 4. Honestly, though, if Op 4 were to just rush up with vehicles and take control of that ridge and catch a lot of Blue 4 in the open, that's just going to turn into a massive kill zone. But they have 2 armed Gazes. I think this is by design, though, because those SOCOM Vics can easily tear these Gazes apart. These are meant to be more security Vics, but it's a very big risk-to-reward ratio of if Op 4 can rush up and take control of that ridge first. But we'll probably see those SOCOM Humvees be fully mounted and charge right up to the ridge as well. And the defensive weaponry of the 134 and the M2 are going to completely outperform the PKPs on the rooftops of the Gazes, because, again, the AGS-30s are unscripted. Otherwise, it is the Gorka without camo here for the Russian Op 4 force with 545s, RPKs, PKPs, RPG-26s, the single-shot disposable light anti-tank, also known as LAT, and the RPG-32s, which is the medium anti-tank, also known as MAT. Otherwise, we see forces line up the domes here. They mentioned that a single satchel can take out the domes in case there's any camping going on, which I like that they included. But otherwise, the commander here is Dusty's, who had a really good run in the first round. Didn't see much of Dusty's in the second round, but we'll see how they are commanding-wise for this third round. Eric and Fred under him. Eric as the 2IC, Fred as the platoon medic. Ash taking lead with the X-Ray group. Yeah, you saw the 3 quad bikes racing around the perimeter here, which I thought was quite funny. But otherwise, they're set up, ready to go out over here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, 3 quad bikes, 2 players per quad bike. They're going to be inhabiting all of those. Hopefully there won't be any issues, because quad bikes will blow up on a dime. If they hit a bush, for example, it might blow up the quad bike. It just depends on how fast they're going. Flux Flu. Okay. I'm going to keep breaking down the roster, watching these guys. As you can see, Pepega Pirates is on this side. But otherwise, we got Ash leading X-Ray there with Kazag, Swollen, Dream being the sniper, Mackenzie and Tackleberry all under him. Dream, again, sniper, so I assume Mackenzie and Tackleberry are the suppressed shooters. Maz leading Alpha HQ. We've got Red Ram, Timet, Gamma, Supreme, Despo, and Prygoda under them as well. Mobile X, Circuit Cats, Patriot and the real Jamie under Alpha 2. Bravo HQ has Pega Pirates with WCR members, and nope, it's just WCR and Papega. Not sure if Raptor's Papega, but could be a fill-in, could be with him. We'll see. Indigo Fox leading Delta HQ with 29th RD guys under him, such as Aim at the Stars. He was in our chat for round 2, said he was coming in. Member 1RCC, it's K. And Wheaton also coming in with Arcor here as well to FNF devs. Flux.
Oh my god, just the one, you guys. The domes can be exploded, so be careful. I suggest just hiding in small buildings.
So Op4 is going to try not to put too many forces in the domes because they're destroyable and they're fearful of enemy demolition, which makes sense. But otherwise, King Garuzi, thanks so much for the 8-month resub. 1 more month till the Twitch, baby. Hell yeah, man. Hope you keep enjoying everything. And I hope you're enjoying these rounds of FNF. I always find it funny that Papega will do, you know, stupid early game stuff. They're doing what I like to call the enhanced movement glitch, where you basically sprint in a direction, and then... Oh, my house is on fire again. Oh, dear. Hey, Boo. Boo, I know you like this house. Please don't blow it up yet. Thank you, Boo.
I mean, they can't kill all of us, right? We got mine up.
Otherwise, what you do is you sprint in a direction, you then hit your enhanced movement key as you spin, and that's what causes that to happen. And since they're invincible in the zone, it doesn't hurt them when they do it. Sometimes if you do it, you go at a speed that'll actually hurt you when you land, and if your health coefficient for Ace is not set beyond the default, it's on default set to 1. If it's still there, you'll probably knock yourself unconscious. So it's a really risky thing to do. On servers that they set it up to like 5, 8, or 10, I love doing it because I'll be able to tank the impact, but I'll also be able to jump to somewhere if I'm in the open and I need to actually use that method. There are some people that are so good at it that they can actually control the direction that they go, and it's quite funny to watch. But also, as a reminder, guys, I got half a glass of water here. I got half a bowl of caffeine here. Please remind me to drink and caffeinate if you don't mind. Flux is a magic man. I mean, he's great at this, at PvP, so we'll see what Papega can do. Otherwise, looking at some remaining things here, I think Blue 4 have a good advantage in getting in because they have... Yeah. About to say they had 2 SOCOM Humvees, and then that one magically appeared. So I'd assume that was just the admin looking around. I don't know. They were, I guess, looking at something. Who the heck really knows? I'm just going to take a drink of water and then some caffeine. Yeah, it sounded like they were checking something based off of Nemesis's voice, but with these 2 Vics, I think they'll be able to get a good foothold on that ridge, and what they can do is they can ferry with those 2 Vics, everyone on the ridge here, and then they can overwatch from there, move their forces into these buildings, and then attack from this angle. Op4 are just going to be forced to make a massive defensive line on the outer perimeter. Now, the issue with these big ridges is you cannot, from the smaller HESCO block, look over the bigger HESCO block. You're forced to utilize some of these big open areas. So what we might see is some people use the domes as cover because they'll be at range at that point, but we'll probably see a lot of suppression from the 50 cal and the M134 minigun if Op4 decides to utilize that tactic. Or what Op4 might also do is they might proactively put forces in the town to try to stop Blue 4 from coming in, or even try to rush forces on that ridge to stop Blue 4 from actually taking control of it. So I think we're going to see a very deadly battle in the town itself first, because I think Op4 knows if they are stuck in the defensive areas here, it's going to be a very quick round. But if Op4 can just capitalize on these open areas themselves, they should be A-okay. It's a tough call. Now let me go ahead and have some of that coffee. Ah, love that stuff. Still have 4 minutes remaining. I can smell dinner upstairs. Grenade goes off.
One of my guys managed to throw a nade somehow.
Please find your grenade key to double tap G for God's sake.
That's a bad frag.
Okay. Anyway, look at your maps. We're gonna book it to Alpha ambush. The whole idea is that our platoon will go along the windmills and ambush them, and they're gonna have to cross an open field on foot. Bravo and Delta will be aiming for the GMVs, so if you see the GMVs, which is their only vehicles, please call that out for us so we can have Bravo and Delta shoot it.
Okay, so both Alphas go there, right?
Yeah, we're the only assault team. The other two teams or squads are Bravo and Delta, which are MAT and MG teams respectively. So we will be holding at the church on the west side.
Got it.
Yeah, right. What's that?
Do you want Alpha 2 to disperse into the black circle building?
The meme will disappear over time, but we'll still meme it for the most part.
Yeah, Alpha 2, you hold there. How many?
Because that was pretty funny.
4.
Yeah, Alpha 2, you can head to the black buildings. You'll cover our retreat if we need it. Alpha 1, you guys stage at the church on a ambush.
And we can always move up if you need us as well.
Alright, let's go to the edge of the staging line and get ready to march. When we do this, we need to run with our guns away. We need to beat them to it.
So Op 4 is going to triple time to the ridge and try to hold it. Not gonna lie, that's not a bad tactic. What they need to do is find an opening in this perimeter wall, like right here, and they just charge through and then beeline it up. Worst comes to worst, Blue 4 beats them to the punch, and they just have a massive fight in here instead. So Op 4 is just going to go big or go home. They're putting almost everything on this push. They got both vehicles. Wow. What's Blue 4 doing? Gosh darn it. 1 second. Sorry, so sometimes my phone makes screws with my audio box, and you hear a little bit of like a static feedback sound. That is literally the connection of my phone somehow interrupting the connection of my mic. There we go, and then the little whisk fell out of my bowl, and I'd have to quickly clean that up, but otherwise... So it looks like they just switched it out for a different one. I don't know if there was what issue that had. I just heard someone mention they had an issue with the minigun.
Yeah, or maybe they're giving us 2 different ones.
This is a M134 from the Ogre.
You got not used to it, big gun.
Yeah, but they deleted our 50 cal one, which was working fine.
So they deleted the 50 cal one. Huh.
Oh shit, bro.
They deleted that one by accident, I think. Maybe they're giving it.
There goes my house again.
I don't see Nemesis or Hardcore around. I'm over there, actually. Check.
I have no idea what's going on.
Julie, get out of that vehicle.
So they were having issues with this Vic because they couldn't get in the turret for some reason. Maybe because they rescripted the M134 to have less ammo and they accidentally broke it. But now I think the Zeus accidentally deleted the 50 cal one, which was working fine, and now they're trying to find Nemesis to put it in. But here goes the mission. And the issue is now Blue 4 doesn't have its vehicles because they're having technical issues. And this is going to allow Op 4 to get control of that ridge. I'm actually going to be serious when I say this, but they might restart this mission because that's game-changing. Because this means Op 4 is just going to be caught in the... is going to catch all Blue 4 in the open.
They're waiting for a vehicle.
Right? What's that? And that's why it's funny in the first place. But... yeah... Dryden, the sniper, immediately comes under fire.
Just halfway, like a wall of trees. Wall of tree bushes.
Papega's starting to call forces out here. This is just going to be a kill zone at this point. I feel bad for Blue 4. So now they get two M134s.
Can you press contact Zeus again?
Let's give him a warm welcome.
He responded in chat, but he's wrong. 134 Vic got replaced, not needed. But it's the wrong vehicle.
Yeah, so I kind of feel bad here. Because Blue 4 doesn't have vehicle support, so they're now caught charging an open field here with no room to maneuver, and Op 4 has a giant tactical advantage. Like, Blue 4 had no chance to move that stuff up. Now they're getting the other Vic finally replaced with the one that they're supposed to have, but at this point the damage is done. Now Blue 4 is all caught in the open. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself on TeamSpeak real quick. And now they're just gonna get cut to shreds because now Op 4 is fully deployed along this ridge. There were no Blue 4 Vics to harass that deployment or charge anything into the ridge. And I don't know at this point. There's AT landing. That was an HE round too. We're not gonna refund the prediction yet because it hasn't even finished fully going. I think Blue 4 can still turn this around if the GMVs are properly utilized. Because the minigun in the 50 cal can still suppress Op 4 if Blue 4 hunkers down, and they can get a gap and then still take the area. I don't think it's out and about yet, but it is skewed a little bit in Op 4's favor, but I think it can be turned around. Looking at the roster here, only Seismo has died, and I think on top of Turk, Dryden also died. So the casualties have been minimal. But Op 4, I don't see any skulls right now. I did see some knockouts. And we are seeing some red on red here, so we're gonna keep the prediction going. But there's certainly some confusion among Op 4's ranks. Blue 4 did a good job. They folded to the only little bit of elevation and cover that they had, but this is going to narrow their window into getting into the AO, but it's giving them some distance from the hill, and all they have to do is worry about X-ray on that one side. There's a little bit of fortification they can still utilize to get up, but now Blue 4 needs to really bank on these vehicles. So you got two 240 Bravos firing here. This is actually pretty dope. You got this 134 suppressing from afar. So that's going to start folding Op 4 off from these areas. They're getting behind these positions of hard cover, and they're laying in wait for Blue 4 to come in. But now you need to see these vehicles reposition to cover Blue 4's advance because they've clearly picked to come along the western flank, and now we need to see those vehicles adjust to moving accordingly. But I do see one injury in one of the vehicle crews there. I don't know if that was the main gunner or the rear gunner. Looks like it was the main gunner, but he is back up. So at this point, what we need to see is that M2 GMV reposition to assist this flank in pushing up, and then the 134 continue to suppress Op 4 in the other positions here. Still got suppression going up on that ridge, but it could be utilized elsewhere. So Blue 4 really needs to focus on their communication right now, because otherwise the casualties are going to continue to mount. Legal action has gone down. He was in the Vic back here. Blue 4 pushing up a little bit of forces on the right to at least harass that hilltop, but Op 4, what they need to realize is where the main Blue 4 push is coming from. Really easy way to see that is where is all the smoke being deployed. A lot of smoke's being deployed over here, so this Delta force needs to at least shed half of itself and find another defensive line here, maybe even go up to X-Ray's position to cover, otherwise Blue 4 will be able to break through, and then it's going to be a race basically back to this objective to hit those VIPs, because the VIPs can't leave the military compound. So it's Fred, Eric, and Dusty's are the VIPs, the three in the platoon HQ section. So if two of them are killed, then it's GG for Blue 4. I'm gonna have some more coffee. Now it's just a matter of can Blue 4 reposition. Excuse me. Can opt for reposition their forces to counter the Blue 4 push? And can Blue 4 properly utilize its GMVs to assist in the push? Because this positioning right here for Op 4 can still cause a massive amount of casualties, and Blue 4 is eventually going to run out of smoke. We need to see these GMVs repositioned to take them out, but it looks like they're doing just that. So who's the commander on Blue 4? Pierce is doing an excellent job showing his veterancy as a commander here and having his infantry push up with the GMVs supporting. That's exactly where he wants the 134 to fire right now. They've realized that there's no one there anymore, and now they're firing at this Op 4 position. And that 134 will make your head get down. Suppression is very important in this role. See, even Despo, he was in a position to cover here, but he heard the rounds whizzing over his head. He immediately looked away and popped the smoke in panic. Suppression might not always work on AI, but against players, it is one of your best tools for getting out of dangerous positions. So if you can suppress the enemy and prevent them from looking out and firing at you, you can maneuver. And then we still have Charlie coming around right here, harassing the right side. But Op 4 still hasn't pulled anything. They're still keeping this massive battle line here. They haven't properly identified where Blue 4 is trying to make their pushes. I think because they think that this Charlie force is a lot bigger than it actually is, so they're keeping a unified battle line. We're not seeing Dusty's maneuver his forces where they absolutely need to be, and I think that's just a weakness on the fact that Dusty's is not as a, doesn't have enough, how do I put it? Isn't as experienced as Pierce. Now, don't get me wrong, Blue 4 is still taking a massive amount of casualties here. We got 4 people down right now, but if they're down, they can still be brought into positions of cover and medicked back up. Now we have this other force starting to push up. That's going to start harassing the middle position, so it can't suppress this major infantry push on the western flank. Yes, they have some casualties to lick up, but the GMVs are doing a great job of supporting. I have to say, Pierce has done a really great job of taking a really shitty situation. They were on the back foot because of a technical issue with the GMVs, but he has still capitalized on it and done a really great job of positioning his forces to continue on. Now, we are seeing Op 4 starting to fold forces back. That one vehicle moving, how much is loaded in there? Only 2. So they still have a pretty unified battle line here. Meanwhile, you have King pushing up on his own. He's trying to pick off who he can. King's a really good player. Trying to pick off Jack, and he gets the headshot. Lurch now pushing up a great grenade throw on King, and that manages to knock him out. Can Lurch get up there and get the double tap before King wakes back up, though? No, he's getting away. King's probably going to wake back up because that was only a grenade throw. There's the wake up. But if he starts firing again... Oh my gosh, they've broken through. All it takes is a group to break through to get to the HVI area and start eliminating... Actually, it would be an HVT area at this point. Inkley goes down, trades with King. Lurch should hopefully now go up there and take them out. But Blue 4, if these guys can get in there and start clearing them out, because it's going to be a 4-on-3, that's exactly what they need to do in that area. They can still win, despite taking heavy losses here. So that breakthrough is going to be vital for Blue 4 here, even if they lose this massive line battle, because this is X-Ray. This is their guys with their suppressed weapons and their heavy hitters, plus Stark is in that group, one of the best players on right now. So they're going to be cautious because they think there might be an internal defensive garrison. Probably dismount early. They're already dismounting. But we'll see if that causes Op 4 to fold their lines back to relieve the rest of Blue 4 from coming in. Looking at Blue 4 now, you're seeing a few more skulls mounting here. Op 4, meanwhile, also a few skulls. Still, you're seeing Blue 4 losing men at a quicker rate than Op 4, but they're both losing manpower. All right, King was taken out. I believe Lurch got the double tap. He's now in the body. Ooh, taking the 249. That's a good call there. You're seeing these two now harassing this Op 4 group that might have been trying to look back to check on X-Ray. And you got these guys practically just chilling in the towers here. Eric actually took some fire as a VIP. That would be really funny if the snipers just picked off the VIPs early and already won the match for him. But the real battle here is Blue 4 pushing up on these lines. You got Reaper pushing up. He's taking friendly suppressive fire from the GMV. Pyro God is going to get the headshot there, yeah. Good call on him taking an enemy weapon to confuse the audio PID, but it just wasn't enough. He was too busy getting suppressed by his own guy, and now that is on the fault of the GMV's communication with squad elements for not calling out that the infantry are pushing up and getting to that compound, because you don't want to be suppressing a position while your friendly infantry are pushing up, because it's going to cause that confusion that puts your infantry in a really bad spot. I'm also really surprised Op4 hasn't been putting any AT on this position to take people out. I mean, you see the bodies here. You see all the bandages. AT in this position would have been great, but we never saw Op4 fold forces around. It was only X-Ray. And that's just created an opportunity that's been missed for Op4 that could have helped them win the game. Otherwise, we do see Op4 starting to fold forces back. That's going to narrow X-Ray's window to actually get in here. But that's also going to allow for a major force of Blue 4 to come in. But if Op4 can fold in and capitalize on the remaining open areas, I still think Op4 will have a really good chance at victory here. There's some AT coming in. Unfortunately, it was a VG rocket. It wasn't a OG. Oh, no, it would have been a VL rocket. There's another one coming in. They're aiming for the GMV Humvee, unable to land the proper shot. That is Wheaton up here. Ah, they have the RPG-32s. So they don't have any HE rockets. I have seen HE explosions, though. That one might have been an HE explosion, actually. They need to put it here where the infantry is, because that'll cause massive casualties. But yeah, Op4's inability to take out these GMVs early on has allowed Blue 4 to bounce back here. And now you're seeing X-Ray charge in. More AT fired. I don't know where that one went. I think that was... Yeah, Arcor was trying to get a shot on something else, but Bayant picked him off. Bayant, again, one of the really good CQC players, and he's got a 240 Bravo, which is one of his favorite guns. I don't know how he does it, but he's able to control the recoil of it so well at medium and long ranges, and he's able to get some pretty nasty pickoffs. Normally, the M240 Bravo is really hard to maintain control. We just saw AT get launched in this building and take out multiple dudes. AT can be easily utilized not only as a shock weapon or an AT weapon, but as an anti-infantry weapon and just cause massive damage in droves. Dooley, meanwhile, gets a little confused here, unable to see Gamma. I think he's out of ammo, actually, so he switches to his pistol, and he gets picked off by Pyrogoda. Meanwhile, Bant charging up here. We're hearing some more AT firing back and forth. Again, they're aiming for the GMV. If that GMV goes up, it could potentially destroy this building and cause a lot of damage, but I think it's already in the destroyed texture. So instead, they're just aiming for the gunner. I think G-Legs is reloading it, so he's folded in to protect his head, but he's still looking out this little silhouette. He might be fully out of ammo. Who knows? And otherwise, these Blue 4 recon guys are throwing a lot of smoke. They're distracting Op4, trying to cause some confusion to force Op4 to pull back so Blue 4 can get into a better position to cover. There's more 134 firing. X-Ray for Op4, meanwhile, still harassing that major group coming in. And we just had Pyrogoda get shot by Andre there, and he's being flanked by that one Bravo position. Bayant and Shire up here. Might have just taken some friendly fire. But let's look at the roster again. So a lot of skulls we're starting to see on Blue 4, but Op4 also a lot of skulls. So I think Blue 4 still has maintained that 5 to 10% numbers advantage, but both sides are definitely taking significant casualties. It's going to fall to the heavy hitters of CQC to see where this game goes, and that's going to be Stark and Bay for Blue 4 and Papega Pirates on Op4. Is Nemesis still alive? He can be another heavy hitter as well. He is in this back group. And then the two GMVs, they could still be of assistance, but not as much when it comes to that actual compound because of how limited the vehicles are and coming into only certain directions. Certain entrances, which limits their mobility. Now you're just going to see some really, really intense urban fighting as well as some fighting within the military compound, CQC essentially, as Op4 has kind of completely broken down here. You see a lot of spacing within their units. And you got this GMV pushing up. Maybe Patriot can poke out and get a headshot. Throws a grenade, bounces off the top. Tries to throw a charge, was unable to get it to stay in time. I think the driver saw it and immediately pulled away. Now he knows that there's someone right up there. But if anything, I think Op4's best chance right now is to continue this large separation, try to bait Blue 4 to come in, and then have one or two well-placed guys do some guerrilla tactics. There goes Dream getting taken out by Purton there. And basically just take out Blue 4 as much as they can before they go down, because Blue 4 still has some pretty congealed groups here. Otherwise, Shy and Aim at the Stars get into a firefight. Shy caught in the reload, and Aim at the Stars sprays him down with that PKP. All right, Stark is, he's up on the compound. Dusty's back here trying to corner camp, but Stark, if he's able to start running around in this compound, I think he could do a significant amount of damage. Looks like he's throwing some grenades up here, trying to clear that tower out. Grenades cause this texture to change. He's going to throw some more just to make sure it's dead. Dusty's throwing some of his own grenades out, knowing that there's someone out there. That third grenade blows up the tower, and now Stark's going to hear these grenades coming after him. That first one did some damage, manages to fold in behind the Hesco barrier at an angle where the grenade won't hurt him. More AT fired, but that one was a bit short. We still got Maz and Patriot out here. They could do some significant damage to this Blue 4 group coming in. Again, it's a bit of a sacrifice play, but at this point, Op4 needs to focus on whittling down the numbers. And you just have that 1-3-4 pretty much annihilate some dude on the street over here. I don't even know where his body went. But looking at the numbers, it's starting to turn in Op4's favor. Op4 starting to, how do I say it? Congeal their forces within the internal base perimeter. That's going to make it harder for players like Stark to breach in and kill the VIPs, which I believe all three are still alive. And that's going to make it harder for any individual Blue 4 players to get in if Op4 is continuing to stay in that one area, because there's a lot of open areas that Blue 4 is going to have to cross to get in. Granted, they can still use their GMV Vix, but at this point, with both sides taking heavy casualties, it'll be hard for them to fold in. Give me 1 second. I gotta turn off my TFAR plugin and get back in the couch. There we go. Hi, Dream.
Hey.
I watched you get mowed the fuck down. How are you?
Did you watch me mow the fuck down, people?
Yeah, there's quite a few bodies around you. I didn't see that, unfortunately.
I hit some of the worst fucking shots of my life.
Nice.
At the very, very start of this game. Like, some shots that I was embarrassed about. And then I decided to just do good things again. Who's winning? Because from my ears, it sounded like we were losing horribly and painfully.
So, Blue 4, give a TLDR. Blue 4 had a false start with their vehicles. Oh, there's the house burning down again. So the GMVs were delayed. That allowed Op4. Oh god, roster. Oh my god. Poor roster. He just ran in and got annihilated by 2 MP7s. I knew those would be come in handy. Now you got Kazag running around because he heard those suppressed shots. Skipper checking the rear.
So I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the M2 Humvees, I shot.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Kazag just completely got cut out of position and taken out there.
One of the M2 Humvees, I shot the driver out, and then I shot the gunner's legs about 6. You know, okay, so the reason why I got pushed up and got mowed down was plainly because I used all 11 mags of that 338.
Nice.
Which I've never done before, so I walked up, got an M240 Bravo, killed 2 people, and then walked away.
All right. Just real quick on the scenario here. Stark and Skipper are pinned in a dome. Papega Pirates trying to surround them. Desmond from 4IB as Naders are trying to come in, but they're now getting a firefight between Cosmonaut and Cool Breeze. But TLDR, Blue 4's Vix got delayed because they accidentally had one deleted and the other one replaced. So they had 2 1-3-4 Vix, but one of them was unusable. So at like 30 seconds after start, it finally got replaced and they were able to get fielded in. That allowed for Op4 to get on the ridge. Mobile X just took out Bay, or at least knocked him unconscious. We'll see if Bay wakes back up. Grenade was just thrown in the building, might take out Mobile X, and there it is. Because Sholin's pushing up. Hopefully Bay will be able to be brought back up, and there it is.
Skipper, but Stark. Oh, Stark can't get the kill off.
Got quite a few hits on him, and you got Arma Jesus now coming around on the rear here. Stark pushes and takes him out, but he's about to get shot in the back of the head and gets down by Arma Jesus. And you also have Indigo Fox firing on his body, and there goes Stark. Unfortunate. But that allowed for Op4 to make a massive battle line. Blue 4 did a really great job of then pushing through that battle line, getting their X-Ray group across. And had X-Ray rushed, I think they would have won the match early, but they did not. They played it cautiously, and Op4 had a defensive line, which was smart in my opinion regardless. Blue 4 broke through, Op4 folded back in after Blue 4 started getting elements on the eastern side through, and now we have this remaining fight where Op4 did have a bit of a numbers advantage, but I think they started losing it. Now Blue 4 has decisively kept that number advantage here. Op4 was doing a good job of leaving a few guys like you behind to pick off who they could, but it just got turned around. Yeah, go ahead.
I held like Greg's and Blum's forces off.
Arma Jesus!
I think I did pretty well in that aspect. I was just holding them back. Every time they tried to move, they'd get picked off. But as soon as I ran out of 338, I knew it's like there was no point in me
your brother.
my pistol, so I just made an advanced run, picked up a 240 Bravo, and just went to town on a couple people. I should have just kept pushing. I decided to sit in a bush to see if they wouldn't see me, but Periton just saw me lay down.
Yeah, and he mowed you down.
Yeah.
As expected from Scandi. You can't hide from them. Otherwise, Patriot running back. He is the furthest northern unit, period. And we'll see if he's able to fold in, get behind maybe Sholand and Bands and Green Thumb. Otherwise, the two GMVs are repositioning most of the Blue 4 force out to the west, as you have naders come around this entryway here. But now we're just going to be playing hide and go seek. I think Op4 is in trouble at this rate. Just the numbers on Blue 4. I don't know what just changed in the past 5 minutes, but a lot of Op4 guys got picked off in the fortification itself. I think it was just harassing fire from people breaching in. So I think Blue 4, even though they had a false start, even though it looked really grim in the beginning, they've been able to turn it around simply because they didn't reposition their forces after their lines were starting to be breached. And even before that, when they identified where the major pushes were coming from, they weren't able to reposition that. Yeah, Cosmonaut, I don't know why that M2 is not penetrating that thin armor of that tower. That's lucky on Cosmonaut. He just got both gunners of the SOCOM-Vix. But that M2 should have shredded him, but apparently that armor is rated for M2. Because the M2 just stopped as soon as it hit that. That's bullshit in my opinion, but all right, cool. So I think that really just illustrates Dusty's inexperience as a commander compared to Pierce's. Both of them are experienced, don't mind you, but Pierce having a greater amount. But Dust had the ability to reposition some of his forces, and he didn't because there was a harassing force to the east, and I think Dust thought there was more there or just didn't think about it. And that allowed for Blue 4 to, you know, push in a big force, and now we have this situation. Granted, Blue 4 is taking some pretty heavy casualties right now, and this might turn the tide, but
I can give you a bit of an insight. So you probably saw a Red 4's plan was to push out early and hold the attack while they're crossing up in the large field. It did for the most part, but because we had such a small force, aka X-Ray, on the gas station, we just got overrun quite quickly. So we lost that wing, meaning that once we lost that wing, we made the decision that, hey, we should just pull out and not bother. But our pullout was halted because X-Ray was so fucked up that we were being shouted at to move back when we were just trying to say, hey, we can't fucking move back. We can't, like, you know, if we move back, we die. And apparently, I just got wet that. Apparently, Pierce's plan was to move forward with the assault, but then hold halfway and take it slow, which I think might have hurt them quite a bit.
Patriot on the rear line, he just took Whiplash out and another guy who I think was already unconscious. Nemesis woke back up because he was also knocked unconscious by a grenade. And Pierce now is in a, Patriot is in a really good position now to take out additional players here. Even then, I don't think it's going to be enough because Blue 4 still has that northern force that's breaching in. Now you got the 134 firing in, but there's a miscommunication here because Blue 4's already breached on this angle. Indigo Fox getting taken out.
How many VIPs we got left?
All three are still alive.
Who is it? It's Dust Eyes Eric.
Dust Eyes Fred and Eric, and they're all really close to enemy forces, but they're all in really good hiding spots. Fred's bandaging, he took a few hits. You got Arma Jesus, he's firing north, trying to fight with Morgan, but he gets taken out by Jack. Jack, I don't know why, I've been seeing him do a lot. Another explosive satchel goes, trying to hit the GMV, but Cosmonaut gets blown up in the tower instead. AT, that was an HE warhead because of the smoke kick up, just went down.
Annihilated a man. It just annihilated a man.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but he is definitely dead. Now you got Bayant running in. He's going to check things out. He's stolen a PKP and an RPG-32. Dusty's sees him, and he's going to stay hidden instead. No, he gets up, and he knocks out Bayant and gets the double tap. But that GMV just witnessed it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Fred, you need to do something for your buddy. Holy crap, Dusty's manages to pick him off.
No way.
Fred, get the flank. 2-on-1 on Koak. Dusty's gets knocked unconscious. Naders on the second story might have just spotted Fred there. Grenade gets thrown. That's going to bounce on the back wall. The Hesco could knock Fred out. He's already wounded. Oh my God, they both put rounds into each other. Sholin now coming around on the flank. He's gonna finish off Dust. No, he's looking for Fred. Another grenade goes out. No, it's a smoke. And Eric over here on the northern side. They're exchanging around. Another grenade goes out. That's gonna land right next to Fred. He tries to pull away. He goes prone to avoid that.
Oh God, look at Eric. Eric, run, Eric.
If Fred or Eric dies, then Blue 4 wins.
Look at Fred, look at Eric's hiding place though.
Fred tries to cook a grenade, and Blue 4 has won. 2 out of the 3 VIPs have died. Now the rest is just pick off at this point. I don't know why the round continues to go after the 2 VIPs have died, but... Whew.
Either. I don't know.
Eric getting the high ground here. He's gonna...
I think it is one. I think they do have to kill Eric.
Did Eric just... Out of everyone you could have shot, you shot the only teammate you had in the AO. Out of everyone. Amazing.
Oh, no,
amazing. Get him, Green. Wait a second. What did he do? He just jumped. He's like, whoo, jump scare. And they're showing it's GG. G freaking G. Arma Jesus.
He's back.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh God, he has the MP7. He stole the MP7. So tell them to let Arma Jesus play. Let him play. Let them play. Oh, and Lurch gets him. All right. Wow.
Well, that was epic.
Out of everyone to shoot, you shoot your one teammate in the AO. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Check my kill count.
All right, this concludes the EU branch. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dream.
I'm saying you didn't see any of my kills, though. They were actually quite nice. One of them I shot from a metal shack.
Nice. Regardless, that concludes the EU branch. We'll be back in an hour and a half for the NA branch, and then we'll play some DayZ with some jump scares where you can scare the shit out of me, should you choose. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and hopefully I'll see you in 90 minutes.
Bye.